You hit this button and the audio starts going out so they can hear us now. See how the thing's working? Say it.
Oh, but we're invisible.
But we're still invisible, which is okay, because now we can say obscenities and no one will know it's us.
Oh, yeah, no one will know which one of us is shouting obscenities.
No, not at all, no. Hello, it's Sunday, and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. My name is Odin.
And my name is Jerry.
And, well, if you can't tell, Felicia's not here today. She had something going on, which is totally cool, so Felicia gets the Sunday off. Yep. Jerry happened to be in town, giving me a hand with another project, and volunteered to come on as... a
Felicia substitute?
A Felicia substitute!
I'm not nearly as pretty as Felicia. I apologize. But I'll make up for it in enthusiasm.
There we go. Jerry is a Patreon member. He is on Discord on occasion. And he has his own Instagram.
I do. GerryRiggedProps. Not to be confused with Jerry Can Cosplay, who used to be GerryRiggedProps. But when he switched, I switched. So
everyone switched.
It's nepotism at its finest.
And Steve D and Marvel Guy are both here. So hello, Marvel Guy.
Hey guys.
And hello, Steve D. Had a really good talk with Steve on Friday. We were still playing the Among Us games on Friday, or trying to when my day job doesn't get in the way. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Steve and I were almost the only two people there. It was us and Shop Gremlin. And Steve started talking about his classic console and retro, not retro, they're classic, sorry. Retro is new, but made to be like old. These are true vintage electronics. He's got a lot of the old, the computers you plug in directly to your TV, or he's got the old game consoles. He's got handheld game stuff.
Old trash 80s and...
Yeah, pretty much. But he's got the Sinclairs and the fun stuff, because he's in the UK.
Oh
yeah!
He's
that's
got some
cool. Neat things I've never heard of.
That's very cool.
Big keyboards that have built-in cassette decks on the side to get your data tapes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I first got into IT, I've been in IT for almost 30 years. That's what we started with, like the old Lisas and Macs, and then we had a bunch of we had Commodore 64s.
Right.
Still, and even while we're getting Pentiums.
Yeah,
64s why are we still running.
Right.
Fun story is, back in, I want to say it was the early 90s. I told one of our employees, I said, you know what? You'll never need more than about 64K of RAM.
You actually said that?
I actually said that. I was ignorant. Come on, I was ignorant.
Well, there's a classic quote from Bill Gates saying that, but you actually said that.
I actually said that. I'm like, you'll never need it. Now people are like, I need at least 24 gigs
right?
to run. Yeah, yeah.
To run the programs I need to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just realized I never posted the Discord. Oh, hey, we're going to live stream this week. So thank you guys for popping in early. Thank you for showing up. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Excuse me. I read that wrong. Hello, Leah.
Oh, hey, Jay.
And hello, Jay, period. And, so hopefully Jerry Can Cosplay will pop in.
Oh, Steve's got a Commodore 1664 and a VIC-20.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
Dude's got an awesome collection.
That is super cool.
Old
school.
What I was thinking about needing to do was probably making a separate room channel just for vintage computers and consoles. Because between you and Jerry Can Cosplay, there's...
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any of that old equipment anymore. I mean, my son's here with us, and he can attest that I finally got rid of a bunch of old computer equipment.
Oh, okay.
My house, my office at work is like where robots go to die, right? It's just exploded computers everywhere. But it was starting to encroach on the house, and so I was like, I better tone it down. I still have a few derelict laptops that are running around without backs and needing power supplies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sure, I'll fix this in my spare time. Like, no.
No. I don't know. This is not what I do in my spare time. It was Shop Gremlin's got the entire Sega Genesis Master System, with the CD and the boost and
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you too, Marvel Guy.
Oh, hey, yeah. Hello, Marvel Guy. Thank you. Yeah. Well, probably should have posted that I was going to be coming on, because I'm seeing not that only 4 is bad, but there was something I wanted to talk about this morning briefly. Now I'm missing. Oh, this is what I want. Who's here? We got 5 people watching right now.
Okay,
which is great.
Well, do you want to do that now? Do you want to? I can do more background, or we can talk about something else if you want to wait for more viewers to come on.
I might wait a minute for a couple more people to pop on first. It sounds really ominous. It's not that ominous. It's not that. Yeah. So the rough thing that Jerry and I were trying to talk about is what were we going to do? I wanted to come on and I wanted to have a live stream today. Right. I wanted to share some information with you guys, and I got an awesome package from Ryobi that I wanted to open up. But because Felicia's not here, do we touch the Proton Packs? And I've been pretty busy when I'm not on camera, so I haven't touched it at all in the last 2 weeks. I haven't even been in the state for half of that time. So it's still just sitting back there. But
well, one of the options was to just talk shop, talk about building things, answer questions that people have. It's like Marvel Guy. Jerry, quick question: when you're making props, do you use any techniques from
Ben Eady?
Ben Eady, from Lost. No, that's not Lost Wax, is it?
No, that's not Lost Wax.
Ben Eady.
Lost Wax is Chris. Ben.
That's right, Chris.
So Ben Eady is a engineer and robotics guy at heart. That's his favorite thing. He enjoys being a smartass to the point of when the director says, "Oh, we need this thing to rotate at a certain rate," he actually makes sure it rotates at a certain rate. Even though it was the director of Star Trek Beyond saying he needed to have the hull set for the hull to rotate at a certain speed.
Oh, right.
But, what he asked for, the actors wouldn't be able to move along with it. They just to the walls. So Ben over-designed it. I'm pretty sure it was Star Trek Beyond and not... And yeah, turned it on, and it's doing 20 RPM, which is way more than anyone can handle.
Well, so to answer the question, probably when I'm building things and I'm mapping out. So I don't work the way Odin does. Odin's very meticulous, mathematical, measures stuff. I'm like, throw it at the wall and see what sticks. And if it splatters all over the wall, I know it didn't work.
Okay.
But it's kind of the haphazard way of doing patterns and building the prototype for whatever piece that you're making, especially for a large costume. Told you the story about building the leg, the bottom part of the calf for my Titan armor, and I kept building it, and I just got more and more mad, and I was just trying everything I could think of, and then my son said, "You're looking at it all wrong, because you're looking straight down your leg. You need to be looking at it at an angle." And he came along with some tin foil and shaped and sculpted it, and then we made the template, and boom, it was done. It was just took another thing. But my mindset was, I can do this, and I can make it work through sheer willpower instead of stopping and thinking about it logically.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but it burns you out a little bit, and it makes you go through a little bit more materials if you do it that way. But I also don't have a shop like Odin does. I work out of my living room, so I have very little space. If you watch, I see Jerry Can Cosplays on here.
Oh, is he on here now?
Hey, Jerry.
Sweet.
If you watch his YouTubes, he's got a pretty decent space, and mine's about half of that in my living room.
Okay.
And so I'm jealous of both him and Odin to be able to make things. So as soon as I get a garage, dude, it's studio time, and then I'll probably start a channel. But
sweet. Actually, I talk about you on occasion when people are talking about the fact that I have a shop, or they compare it to other YouTubers they see that are building stuff, and Felicia answering questions, and I let them know that I know somebody who's basically in an apartment on a TV tray in the living room building and doing full cosplay.
Yeah, I'm working on a full size thing from Fantastic Four. That's going to be, super wide. It's big and gigantic, and it's going to take me forever to... What's that? Yeah, it takes up the whole living room. Yeah. It scares the crap out of my kids when they walk in, and there's this torso with a head and human eyes in it. But yeah, it's you make do with what you can and with what you have, and that's why it's jerry-rigged, because that's the only way I know how to build.
Human eyes in it. You have a pair of human eyes you put into.
Well, they're not real.
Okay.
But I ordered. Well, he's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. I've got brown eyes, so when you put the mask on and you look through it, he needs to be blue-eyed. right? So I found on Etsy for like $12 or whatever, you get a pair of plastic eyes that look real.
Okay.
You can set them inside, glue them in, and around the where the sclera of the eye is normally, you just put some black backing. You can see out that, and so you have some pretty good vision.
Oh, okay.
But it's uncanny valley, right? You've got these human-looking eyes out of a foam head.
Okay.
So until it's painted. It's just gonna look fucking scary, right?
Right.
In the middle of you turn on the light and just like, oh dang, it's
okay.
What the hell is that?
Are they glossy? Does it get the like?
Yeah, it's glossy. I mean, if you look at Soul Edge, I mean, it's that same idea of it's painted on, but it's also got resin coat on it, so you get that wet look.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And they're super cheap. I can't remember the Etsy seller, but I'd buy more from them because it was perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
I might want to try that.
We got a lot of questions.
Yeah, got a lot of questions. Yeah.
Felicia's been replaced by another Jerry. There's a lot of us. There's a whole lot of us. We're taking over the world is what's going on.
Steve D says, good evening at Jerry Can Cosplay. All right, yes. Will Connors is here. Question for Odin. Well, I'll get back to that Marvel guy. Let me read the other ones first.
Jerry's space is tiny, falls over in it sometimes. Dude, right there with you. Right there. Try to get up out of your chair, and you fall half over most of your finished products, hoping you don't crush something.
Right. Jerry Period. You said full-size thing. He almost forgot it was the thing. I thought you were just speaking generally. No,
hey, what happens on Odin Makes stays on Odin Makes.
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking.
These tours, yes, we all need to do our own shop working space tours in a Discord with all the shop
cool.
talk. That would be pretty cool, yes. Yeah, Jerry's all for that, and Steve D thinks that's a great idea. And look, CC Cleaner wants me to buy something. No, go away.
No.
All right.
Marvel guy's got a question.
That's right, he did. I told him to wait a second. Thank you. Marvel's asking me about my headcast video of my own head. How many hours does it take to do the whole process of molding your own head? Well, I had help. And I specifically got help from two people who knew what they were doing because they've done it before in Hollywood with people who knew what they were doing. The whole process took probably, I want to say it was an hour and a half, so it might be 2 hours to go through all of it because there's three different things that are now I am speaking generally things that are put on your head to cast it, and you have to let each one of them set up. Right, so the first layer you put on is the silicone, because I was doing a silicone style head. You could also do alginate, which is it's a water-based thing. It's usually used for dental impressions. It doesn't last very long. So we're using the silicone. So the whole head gets covered in silicone rubber. And with the two people that are working on it, one person's job is just to make sure my nose was clear so I could breathe.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can, and I've done it before also, you put straws in your nose, so you got like snorkels, but that distorts the nose a little bit, and there's the danger of hitting them. So they opted to just keep the nose clear.
You and turtles.
Yeah, me and turtles.
Keep the straws out of turtle noses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Of course, you have to put a bald cap wig or something else on because you don't want the long hair getting stuck. But eyebrows and eyelashes, it all pulls out of that silicone without a problem. It doesn't stick. So once that sets up, and that takes 20 minutes, then they start mixing up a plaster of Paris and bandage mixture, and they do the front half of the face. And they add in gauze, just like you'd use for bandaging your arm. They add layers of that into the silicone, so it's got this fabric that's stuck into it, so it can grip into the plaster of Paris. So then the face is attached to just the front half of the head of this plaster of Paris thing. That took 40 minutes to do because it has to set up, and then once it sets up, you can do the back of the head with another piece that's just separate, right? So, well, it's not stuck to the silicone. So once it sets up, 40 minutes later, the back of the head can be pulled off, and then you cut the silicone up the back of the head with just a plastic butter knife or something, and then you wiggle your whole head out of it. So it takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours to cast your head.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll do if you do a full mold, you'll see they have a ridge around the line, so, and they put the cardboard and stuff to keep that a little bit separate, so you can basically crack that open.
Yeah.
Much like you would do a mold of a hand or something like that. I've seen it done on people's faces before. Mm-hmm. I imagine that gets hot and super claustrophobic.
Yes. I'm not claustrophobic, thankfully, so that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It does get hot. It gets heavy. It's dark. and as each layer gets added onto it, you can hear less.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're talking underwater.
So it's really important when the other people are touching you to remind you that,
They didn't just bail.
Yeah, they didn't just bail.
Oh, it's lunchtime. Sorry, Odin.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Jerry says, can you get a head cast with a magnificent beard like mine? Honestly, you can. Yeah. It takes, for a beard like yours, dude, that would be a lot of Vaseline to have to put in to your beard to keep all the alginate and all of the
right.
all the rest of it from sticking to you, but you could actually make it with that.
Yep.
I don't think it would look good coming out because you're not gonna get a true facial mold, but you'd have something entertaining.
The silicone's heavy, so it's gonna mash the hair down, and it'll be kind of a weird lumpy chin. What ends up happening, because the silicones, when you use the right silicones for life casting, they have a release agent or a moisturizer in them, so it doesn't stick to the short hairs. But the longer hairs get tangled and encapsulated. Even though they don't stick, they're just too long, and that could be painful. But Jerry's beard would be no problem. You could put silicone right over that; it would pull right out.
His chin is weird and wonky.
Yeah, his chin is weird and wonky anyway. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Sorry.
Oh, Jay made a 3D scan of his head with your phone, and printed it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah, please show that. Hello, Dan. Thank you.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, cool. Well, Jay's just down the street from where I live, so I may have to go get Jay to
scan your head.
3D print me a head.
Heck yeah, you should. That's cool. That was something I was interested in, especially with the beard and other things. They're doing a lot more 3D scanning with different products. He's using photogrammetry, which is just taking a lot of photos with, Jay doesn't move, and someone else with the phone just takes photos from multiple angles walking around him, and you want to take hundreds. It's like a lot. And then the computer can do its magic and make the 3D version. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Shop Gremlin. They can explain it better. Yeah. So that's what Jay did, and there's other guys that have done it with the Kinects, because it's got the two cameras as well as like a LiDAR thing, or there's something else in Kinects that makes it work, and so you can get a good scan that way. Plus, there's products. So if you got a big full beard or you need a specific expression, it's better to do the scanning, because the other thing that happens with doing a head cast is the weight distorts the face.
Yeah.
So as all the stuff is being applied, it pulls down on your face a little bit, and it actually distorts your face. Not in a way that matters when you're doing makeup, but depending what you want to do, you can see that something's changed. So scanning is...
Well, if you're using the head sculpt as just a base to make helmets, to that kind of thing,
it's perfect.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Actually, even if you're going to use it to put clay on and sculpt a mask,
right?
I mean, you can still fill in the blanks. So yeah, it's not bad. Although I imagine a 3D printed scan
is probably going to
be really, really cool.
And then
lightweight.
So now the important thing, Jay, if you're happy with how your head turned out, you want to print that out at 1/6 scale, and you can rip a head off of a G.I. Joe and put your head on it, and now you have an action figure of yourself.
Yeah, there's companies out there that tell you send in, like 8 shots of all around your head, and then they will take those shots, scan it in, and they will turn you into, the figures that I made, right?
Yeah.
Those Mego figures. They'll basically make you a Mego figure. You tell them what kind of clothes you put on it,
right?
And you have an action figure of yourself. I use stock stuff for
really
Odin's,
cool.
Which came out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're very fun.
But I think it would have been weird if I'd sent Odin's face into some company. Can you build my friend?
Right.
And that's a little creepy.
Depending on the company.
Although,
it's a birthday present. I want a surprise. It's
yeah.
Honestly, this isn't.
I'm not stalking him.
No, not at all. All right.
Oh, Kamui did a video about scanning with the phone and printing. That's cool.
Good. Frankly built. Was
Frank. Yeah.
Oh, 3D print. Yeah, I'm not really a good 3D printer authority Marvel guy. Right now, the best one that I've seen and best one I've gotten a chance to more or less work with is a Prusa printer. But at the same time, my shop is not an ideal place to print. It's always high moisture and the temperature is weird, so most printers act up. The Prusa didn't. So that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about it. But most of them have. Hey, Schultz.
Shazam!
Shazam!
Oh, excuse me.
Is it Shazam or is
No, it's Black Adam.
That's what it was, Black Adam.
Good enough.
All right.
Same family.
So we got a few minutes. One of the things I enjoy doing with the live streams is giving you guys a little bit of one-on-one time. Right, here are my core people. Here are the people who support me on Patreon. Here are the people who I talk to all the time on Discord. And so the first half hour, 45 minutes of the show, I try to do an unlisted stream so I can just talk directly to you guys. And I've got something I want to share with you, and I wanted to share specifically only with you in order to keep some of the questions and things down weird from external people. So I want to go ahead and go get that out. It's going to still end up being live, and I know this because the video, the live stream continues on, right? It goes on to be a normal live stream anybody can watch. And that's fine because it's not something I want to keep secret. I don't really want to keep it secret at all anymore. It was just something that, anyway. I'm making it sound real ominous. So what I wanted to do was talk to you guys about why my channel's been really quiet for the past year. Why my weekly videos have kind of slowed down. Why it's been harder for me to get content out, to get builds out. The main thing here is the channel's not going anywhere. I'm going to continue doing the channel. I'm going to continue doing Odin Makes. I want to continue with... I'm trying to get back into the habit and into the schedule of getting a video out every month, or a video out maybe a couple times a month, like I used to do with when I started, when I was still also doing DIY Prop Shop. But specifically, one of the things that's happening in the background that's really affected me is Ellis and I are getting divorced. This last week, I actually petitioned, and we went down and put the paperwork in. So the paperwork has been submitted with our local county, and we are separating. And that is not an easy decision, and that is not an easy thing to let go of. Ellis and I were married a very long time. And so I've been very quiet about it because one of the things I've seen happen too often in the past for me is, I'm going to do a thing, whether it's positive or negative or not, and then it doesn't happen, and now I feel like I've made promises that didn't come through. We've actually put the paperwork through to the county, and the way it works in the United States for getting a divorce is you submit your paperwork, and there's a period of time where each half can have their say, contest it back and forth, and then after 6 months you get a judge's ruling, and then at that point, 6 months later, it's finalized. Or it goes on for more issues if it's full of drama. Thankfully, we're not full of drama. We both got to talk to each other and both got to talk about it for months before we started, and was able to work through some of the drama that way. Got to figure out how we're going to be separating our lives, because we've been together for a very long time. And one of the things that's happening with that you guys have already kind of seen, Joe was really good friends with both of us, right? We were a family, and Joe was stuck with a really tough choice of who does he want to go with, which mom and dad are splitting up. Where am I going to go? Kind of. I know, Joe, if you're watching this later, I'm not trying to to call you a child. I'm not. It's just an example. And so Joe's decided to follow along with Ellis. And so Joe and I haven't talked much because he kind of got caught up in it, right? And so he's pulled away from the channel. Joe's doing fine. Joe is healthy. Joe is welcome to come back anytime he wants. If he wants to be on the channel and wants to make an appearance and talk to you guys publicly, I'm saying he is welcome to. But at the moment, he's stepping away and moving on. And I wish him all the best. So, yeah, after a very long time, I'm separating. And it's not easy. Jerry's been up to give me support for this weekend, which I appreciate. And it's been a very emotional, good feeling weekend. But, yeah, it gets... it's been an interesting weekend, and it's been an interesting week. And I know you all got to meet Ellis a couple of times and got to say hi. And sorry, I doubt she'll ever appear on the channel again. And again, I'm not going to tell her no, but I don't expect she will. So that's the big change that I've had. As a side note that isn't quite so personal, it's very interesting to me. I got to talk to a lot of builders, a lot of people who do YouTube, whether it's 3D printing or cosplay or just makers in general over the past year at Silicon and at a couple of other conventions, and talking to them directly one-on-one online. And every single one of them, I think without exception, has had some sort of big change this past year. Part of it is, I don't think the money's there as much. Google isn't paying as much, which made it hard to keep going. Every channel has either downsized a little bit. They have fewer people. They moved out of the shop they were in and either into a smaller shop or maybe back into their own home. They had to downsize on the people they were paying to help them on the channel, which, trust me, as a person who's, it was just me and Ellis for years. I was the only ones really working on the channel. Not having a secondary person to do some part of the channel is a lot of pressure to keep going with a weekly video. That's why I had to get a day job. Ted got a day job. There's a Evil Ted. That's one of the few names I'll drop. But he also got a day job. He's working, again in Hollywood. And there's a number of other builders who've gotten day jobs. And then there's a couple of guys like Black Sheep Props that just called it quits. And all this happened in the past year. And I wasn't immune. But anyway, I hope that's not too much for you. I hope that's not too hard to watch. It's a lot harder to say than I thought it would be. But thank you guys. I appreciate all the help and stuff you guys give me by hanging out.
So I just want to point out to you.
Yeah.
Everyone on here, they love you. They support you. They're always going to be here. I mean, look, we're all here for you, dude.
Cool.
Some of them are giving you internet hugs. So because I'm here on their behalf.
Right.
Come here.
Thank you.
Oh, your friends have your back, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's important to me to say that we're not mad at each other. We're not at each other's throats.
It's just hard.
It's hard. It sounds dismissive. The marriage kind of ran its course. It had its life. One of the funny things that Ellis had realized the day that we were filing was we had done a video of the marriage, standard thing, right? So they'd watched it again and paid attention to what the vows were, and they realized we hit all the stuff we said we were going to do in the vows. We did it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did it.
You did it.
So yeah, just moving on.
Yeah.
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 So
well, they say life is in chapters.
Yeah.
I mean, right? And
Right.
that's very true. And just as you just said, people in the last year have gone there, run the limits of what they can do with their livelihoods and had to make that switch. That's a new chapter. It's no different. It really is no different. And at the same time, they all know, we all know that you're continuing to be Odin Makes. You're continuing to be Odin. And you have everyone's support. Like, nobody's going anywhere. Look at that. I mean,
yeah. I was seeing
one
it in my
after another.
peripheral, just
Yeah.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's those comments coming through like it does when it's public. Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you all something that you may not know about Odin. And Odin has a hard time accepting that he's somebody cool. He does. And first to admit it. And so I have been in the last 4 or 5 years checking in on Odin constantly and reminding him that, you're fucking cool, dude.
Thank you.
You're awesome, and you're worthwhile, and you're worth it. That's what friendship is for, is to cheerlead you and make sure that you stay on the right track, and if you need us, we're here. Jared and I came for this weekend, for this, to
Thank
be
you.
here for you. And everybody here, look at that. They're all just, Jerry can. Odin is the coolest dude. You are not wrong, Jerry. He is the coolest dude I know. Well, except for maybe myself, because I'm pretty fucking awesome. But Odin is one of my best friends, and I cannot imagine going through life without having your friendship from me. So, on behalf of myself, my children, who look at you as maybe a big brother at this point. Yeah, big teddy bear. You know, we love you, and we are glad. For one, I'm glad that I bought you that sandwich way long time ago.
Yes.
I said... Very
much so.
I bought him a sandwich at a con he was this guest at, and I said, here's a sandwich. You look like you need some food. We're best friends now. He's like, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, well, then the next day he came by with, like, Starbucks, and
Yep. Food is love. So...
yeah. And then I believe during that same con, you looked, well, we're best friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
everybody's like, hey, we're here for you if you want to talk to us.
Cool.
I'm sure every one of you out there has had some sort of similar life-changing type of situation, whether it's divorce or it's a loved one passing away or it's a job change or something. So everybody can feel it. Everybody can kind of understand that, shit happens and you move on with it. Yeah, look at that. Steve says that Odin inspired me so much over the last few years, certainly changed my life.
Wow.
And it's true. And I'll tell you guys that
Marvel guy.
When I got back into building things, because I used to build things for Halloween, and I'd build stuff for my kids when they were younger for Halloween. And it wasn't until they were much older and we started going to cons, they're like, oh, we want to cosplay. I'm like, oh, finally. Okay, great. Let's cosplay. I started building stuff, and the first person I found was Punish Props, right? He was the big one out there at the time.
Of course.
And so I started with that, and then I found your channel and went, oh, this is great. And that was a huge leap for me in not only in understanding what was available and the skills, but also you were a lot more personable to follow, right? And you were thorough in your videos. And so...
Thank you.
I have a Destiny Titan costume that's won a lot of awards, and it's only because of you that I learned those skills that put me at that level right away. Because if I'd kept using the skills I had from high school, well, that's 1980s. I'm dating myself here, but that was cardboard and
right.
Pickle barrels and things like that,
right.
all riveted together. And this is, foam smithing's way different. Easier, a lot more fun, a lot more flexible, and that's how I figured out how to build all that stuff. It's a complicated build that I didn't realize at the time.
Yeah.
And again, like I said earlier, I just threw shit together until it worked. I didn't measure, this helmet kind of fits, let's make it work, But yeah, everybody here, they watch you for a reason. Not only to see your stuff and to learn, but also because you're a good dude.
Thank you.
And you're everybody's friend. I can tell you guys a story from a couple of SAC animes ago. I don't know, most of you probably know that Odin Makes is the official cosplay repair station for SAC Anime. And there was a little girl who fell off a chair and landed on the concrete and hit her head. I mean, and little girl, I'm talking like 5-6 years old.
Yeah, she was a little.
Her mom came in, couldn't find security, couldn't find anybody to help. And she came over to the Odin Makes booth because she was an Odin fan and realized Odin is a nice guy. I bet my daughter will be taken care of there. Odin wasn't at the booth at the time, but I was, and I trained CPR, first aid, all that, had my kit with me. So started looking at the little girl, and the mom says, my first instinct was Odin. That says volumes right there for what kind of person you are, and that's just through a screen, let alone seeing you in real life. I invite all of you to come to a con that Odin's at, because he'll sit and just bask in the in the friendship. Okay, now sound is back. So
sorry about that.
You know, earlier we talked about tripping over things. Odin just tripped over his cameras.
Yeah, pretty badly. I don't know if you saw that. I unplugged one of the microphones to plug the camera in so I can get the one-on-one shot. And
let's bring that one higher.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've got to readjust the camera real quick.
That you can see the back. There's a power button in the bottom corner in front.
Okay, they said they can hear us now.
Okay, good. Sorry about that.
Oops.
Glad we saw that really
God,
quick.
you bring me on and everything just starts breaking.
Yeah.
It never happens when Felicia's here. Jeez.
No, never, ever. I didn't double check that. Oh, it's the receiver that was going dead. One of the transmitters. All right, whatever. I don't know.
We're good.
Yeah. Hi, that's what I needed. It was a trip over equipment while not being in the best mental state.
We could spend all live stream just talking about how cool Odin is. But one of the things that Odin and I
really
discussed
feels awkward.
One of the things we talked about earlier was since we're not making anything, we could talk about making things. If you guys have questions about, hey, how would you do this? Or when you did X, Y, and Z, how did you think about doing this, that, or the other thing?
More of a live Q&A.
Yeah, like a live Q&A for things. I will not dance, so...
Without money, at least.
Yeah, without money. Well, there's no pole to dance on, right? So, what's the point? There's no pole to dance on.
Beware, there is such a thing as called super chat. So,
yeah, I know.
Don't tempt them. Okay, so I have clicked the stream over to being public. So, thank you again, all of you who are watching. I'm not tuning out, but you guys are my core people. You guys are the most important people to me, and I needed to be able to share with you and keep you up to speed with what's going on at a time when it was, one-on-one with us. For everyone who's watching publicly now, that still exists. You can go back and watch it, and you can see it. I'm not going to take it out of the video. It's going to live there permanently. But as far as live, I needed it to be just my friends.
I don't think you need to rehash it here.
No, I don't need to rehash it here at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't planning on rehashing it. No.
What did Steve just say?
Not cosplay repair, but audio repair. Yes.
Yes. Oh no, it doesn't quite feel the same without Felicia butchering everyone's name. Dude, I could butcher your names if you really want me to.
Right.
So, Steve said no. Steve, right?
Steve, yeah,
right.
Well, Steve D.
Steve. I can call it
it's
Steve.
Steve or Steven. It's how I'm going to say it wrong. It was Deitch? I don't think that was quite right. So he shortened the D because we kept ruining his name.
Oh, dude, I would have loved to have helped ruin your name.
Just like Lee Breathwaite is.
So Strikely Gomez says say my name wrong.
Strikely Gomez. Yes.
Gomez is that Russian? What is that?
No,
Gomez?
that's
oh no,
it's Striped Gonzo.
It's Striped Gonzo.
Striped Gonzo.
Yes, yeah, he's my favorite Muppet.
Hello, Daniel Knight. Stephen Wagner's asking me if I made the mechanical hand from Army of Darkness yet. Not that one. I've only did the one from Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was really fun. I still got that upstairs in my display case in the hallway. But
we got the
Oh, it's yes, I said it right. It's been a while.
Berlin. Hey, Dad's
sweet.
Garage. Hey.
Oh, Dad's DIY Garage. Hi.
That's awesome. International, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that.
See, not only do you have fans locally who've got your back, you've got international fans.
Oh, yes. Well, you've got Steve and Jerry, and there's one other person. It's all evening for them.
Yeah.
They're all over in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so this is like dinner time conversation.
And Trash Panda hasn't popped on in a while, but he's usually getting ready for work at 5 a.m. in Australia. Sometimes the sun watches.
DJ Stumpy.
Awooga. This is not a daffodil. I'm back to watch another cool episode of Odin Makes. Any plans on making anything for the Flash movie? DJ, I haven't seen the Flash movie yet. I want to. I haven't seen the Flash movie, and I haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse. Do want to see both of those. I also haven't watched Secret Invasion yet.
Actually, he just made something from the Flash movie. He's lying. He just now made it.
Yeah.
It was just too fast for you to see.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 8 o'clock in the UK. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Marvel Guy. I understood your comments from earlier. Thank you. If I need to call, I will. 9 from Denmark and for Schultz Division.
Dude, okay, so
yeah.
I'm going to just be random here.
Sure.
So Schultz Division, my birth last name is Schultz.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact. Changed when my mom got remarried. My birth father passed away. So I have something in common with Schultz Division there.
Very cool. So, for those of you tuning in, Felicia's not here this week. She's off doing her own adventure, whatever it may be. Jerry was down visiting, helping with another cosplay. As I keep stepping on his foot, both of us are putting our leg up, the whole Captain Morgan style on Felicia's box, and I keep stepping on poor Jerry. It's hard not to do that, right?
I know, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's hard not to put. You see the box here, you're like, oh, I can stand here.
I can put one leg up, and all right. Anyway,
makes me feel more confident.
Yeah.
So
we've got the Proton Pack. Honestly, we're probably going to screw around for the whole 2 hours. I don't think we're going to get anything done at all. So if you guys are here to only watch us get 15 minutes worth of work done on the Proton Pack, sorry to disappoint you. I don't think we're going to touch a dang thing at all. But at 1 o'clock, I do have another box that Ryobi sent me that we're going to open up and take a look at that should be a lot of fun. So I've got that coming up. And we also talked about possibly, and I'm not making any promises because we're not going to do it, we're not prepared. Jerry has interest in having a duct tape dummy of himself made. This is where you take a painter suit or some other bit of clothing that you can sacrifice, and then you hold yourself still and just get wrapped with duct tape.
Modern day mummy.
3 or 4 layers. So when you're all done, you get cut out of it, and then you can tape it back up and stuff it with whatever, and you get a mannequin of yourself. So
it's on my bucket list to get done.
Definitely.
Although I'm going to probably go bug Jay to do the 3D print of my head.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be awesome to have, so I can do helmets and things like that.
I should go down to
yeah.
If Jay
come down.
was that successful.
Hey Jay, let's do a 3D printing day, and we'll just scan everybody.
Yeah.
And get 3D printed heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll all go out to, what was that, Britannica? What was that one?
Yeah. The Bulldog? Well, not the Bulldog.
Not the Bulldog.
What's the name of that?
The one restaurant there in Monterey.
The one on the hill in downtown.
Yeah.
Royal Crown.
Royal Crown.
Dude, okay.
That place is great.
Yeah.
So for those of you kind of coming in new to the live stream,
hello, Galactic
wondering
Man.
who the hell this other dude is standing next to Odin, that's me. I'm Jerry from GerryRiggedProps. Been a friend of Odin's for a very long time. And I was just here helping Odin for the weekend, and because Felicia stepped away, I stepped in. Not as pretty, but hopefully I'm present. I'm here.
And it's temporary. Felicia will be back. Felicia loves the live streams. I had talked about wanting to do live streams for a while, and Felicia's the one that really pushed me to actually do it, because it's like, I'm going to come on and do it with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And so
because she's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
Oh, Jay suggests the Dust Bowl Brewery.
Oh, okay, done.
Okay. By the way, we're talking to my son, who's off camera over here. We're gonna bring him around. This is Jared.
Am I in shot?
Not quite. There you are.
Yeah. Hey.
Anytime you want to walk in the back, Jared, and share stories or show off the prop you're building.
Oh yeah, when that's dry, I gotta check.
Yeah, you're welcome to do so. It's not a problem.
Probably in about half an hour or so.
My whole household cosplays, builds, draws. We're artsy fartsy people. We were talking earlier about shop spaces and who works out of what kind of spot, and it kind of got me thinking, who works out of the smallest space?
Yes, there you are. Who works out of the smallest space?
Because I know for Jerry Can Cosplay and we both work out of a very small space in our homes. But I've seen people work out of smaller. But my workbench is a TV tray in my living room. And I build, if you go and see at GerryRiggedProps on Instagram, you can see the big suits that I build.
Right.
You know,
you don't build little on a TV tray.
Yeah. You make do with what you have access to.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And I don't have
the passion isn't going to stop you.
No, and I don't have power tools. And one of the reasons that I started following you is because all your early videos, you really didn't use. In fact, you still don't really use power tools all that much.
Right.
And as somebody who builds in my home and does not have access to power, well, I could, I suppose, but the neighbors would complain. I build everything by hand, and I pattern everything myself, unless I find a good pattern. Well, I made my heavy Mando helmet off your pattern.
Okay.
So, but for the most part, try to just look at a video game or a photo or whatever, like you do, and just figure out the pattern. At some point, if I do make my own channel, then I'll have to figure out how to make the patterns available to other people. But
that is a tough
That's
one.
a daunting one in and of itself.
And that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I love putting the patterns out. I like sharing my patterns with everyone, but honestly, it can take a work week, 40 hours to get a pattern boiled down to something that's a little more usable for someone else. Because for us, this is good enough. I know what I mean. But I can't hand that off to someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get like Lost Wax Oz with the pattern he put together for the Proton Pack and his other patterns, or Ted's patterns, or the patterns from Punished Props. They go further and put more work into it than that. So it's a lot of work into just making what is a pattern that a lot of us give away for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that in and of itself is a huge amount of work on top of going through all of your footage, hours and hours and hours of footage to find exactly what you need.
Right.
Building the narrative around it. I mean, the whole package of creating is a little daunting to me. Although at the same time, I feel like it would be a lot of fun if I didn't have a full-time job.
It helps.
Right.
So as far as running a channel, if any of you want to start up your own DIY channel, your own build channel, share whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't have to be cosplay foam. You can make cookies. It doesn't matter, right? The overproduced style that I like to do is I'm trying to make fun of it in a way, but I can't really. I'm losing my train of thought. So I know
Stepping up my foot again.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be the only one here. I know that it's going to take me hours to get my project done, and it is not fair to ask someone else to come by and hold a camera for hours on end for a couple cold slices of cold pizza.
You give your friends pizza? I didn't get pizza. I've been here all day. Hell, I've been here all weekend. Oh, there you go.
Thank you. So what I've ended up doing, and I know a lot of you know this already, I've got multiple cameras set up pointing at my workspace. I managed to find some discount cameras that are at the end of their Kickstarter life. They all take lenses, so they're all using what's called a micro 4/3 lens. And so it's kind of like a GoPro, but with a regular SLR lens put on it and a better image chip for reading the image inside. And that gives me the ability to, that's a great shot, cut through a couple of different things. Again, we've got some perfect shots set up here. And so with like these 4 cameras, there's actually usually 6. When they're all set up, they're all recording at the same time. And they will all record for about 2 hours. And that allows me to think about the project I'm working on and not think about being a cameraman. In order to get my head into that space, that means, like what Jerry's saying, in the end, I have to go through all that footage and find my shots. But I'm recording it live to tape.
Yeah.
Because they're all just running for the whole time. I'm not like, I just need this piece. I don't shoot it like the news. I got friends that work for the news.
Yeah.
You get the parts you need to tell the story you need. And that is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
I can't do that when I'm being creative.
No, because then you have to go back and
set.
find the pieces that you want. And that just takes time to sort through the
part.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm not going up too weird of a tangent. Once I've got all my footage taken care of, and I know it's done in a linear fashion, all the files are just numerical. I stack them up in my video editing program. I use Adobe Premiere. And just like layers with Photoshop or other software, I have my main camera, then my second camera, third camera, fourth camera. I can move them all so they all start at the same time. And now I only have to look at my main camera, the one I actually talk to, and I can scrub the whole timeline, and I know that all those other angles are within seconds of being exactly the right spot.
Yeah.
Because there's a weird drift with cameras. They're never all perfectly exactly the same sync.
But close enough.
But close enough. So then I'm able to write it based off of that and put it all together. And I'll take all 6 camera angles and cut and paste onto my working timeline. because this is the section when I cut the thing and it's important, so I drop it on the timeline, and then I can change which is the active layer as the video goes along in order to have my camera cuts.
That's cool.
So it's a weird bit of extra work, sort of, towards the end, but it I think it makes it better for me because I'm not able to think as a cameraman and think as a builder at the same time. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I went on a weird tangent, but making videos is actually really fun and is actually rewarding. It's rewarding personally as well as it can be a little bit monetarily. So yeah, if you want to do it, I encourage it.
Well, I think the biggest rule is, all you guys, look at the following you have. All these guys out here.
Yeah.
That's the reward. You're doing it.
Yeah, it is.
To help other people and to show people how to do this. At cons when he's set up, I shill for Odin Makes and tell people who come into the booth, hey, it's Odin Makes, and and it's the cooking show for props and try to get more and more people interested in prop making and in cosplay in general. And typically when you're at a con, you're preaching to the choir, but there are those people that come that are there for the first time, and those are the best, especially when they have little kids and the dads and the moms want to build something for their kids. I have a friend of mine at work that I just built the Hylian shield because his son's 10, wants to be Link for Halloween. I'll build the Master Sword as well for him. And seeing his eyes light up when I got a video of him going, "Oh, this is the coolest thing in the world! This is awesome!"
Coolest thing in the world.
And his dad was telling me, I think my son thinks you're cooler than me. I'm like, well, tell him you build it. I'm totally okay with that. There was I saw some tangent. I'm like the dog from Squirrel.
Oh, trust me, yeah. We had your. Right, there was people telling us what time it was. 3 in Virginia, 3 in
Dan keeps telling me, dude, Dan, I step on the box and then he steps on me. So
yeah.
So I could pull the box out. Tell you what. So I'm 6'3".
There you go.
And now I'm 7 feet tall.
Yes. Schultz Division is telling us to remember to leave a like on the stream. Thank you, Schultz Division. Adventures of Alex Stoner. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. I'm excited to spend a Sunday afternoon. For me, it's afternoon with all my friends here online.
Thanks for the compliment on the shirt.
Yeah. Who is the voice in the background from Steve? That is Jared Falcon.
My son.
That guy.
That guy right there. He's keeping us hydrated and entertained from the peanut gallery.
And he's also currently working on a Cobb Vant pistol.
Yep.
And when the primer's dry, maybe we'll get a show and tell. And, maybe we won't.
Dan Does Junks, what is that thing you're making? Oh, he's referring to my my Instagram. I'm building the Thing from the Fantastic Four completely out of foam. And it is a monstrous project. I'm trying, come on, let's try not to make a pun, but it's in my blood. In fact, the whole conversation, we had a conversation yesterday that was purely Fantastic Four puns. But yeah, I'm currently, that is my big build project in my little tiny workspace, is to build a gigantic fucking suit. Because I'm a madman, apparently. I have half of a Heavy Mando built. Started on a Doctor Doom, but then decided I wanted to build the Thing instead because he's cool. And I've never built a hero, really. The Titan is considered a hero, but like an actual recognizable character that's a hero, because all the bad guys have masks and stuff, and I don't really look like any of the... I don't look like Superman. I don't look like Bruce Wayne or anything. I've got the dad bod. But dude, I could pull off the Thing. One of my plans is to shave my head and do the full Lex Luthor armor at some point, which would be cool.
That'd be cool.
And I also want to do the Kingdom Come Green Lantern in the full Green Lantern knight armor. Oh, nice. Light it all up.
Okay. Yeah. I've actually heard this in another panel talking with other cosplay and makers. The guy was saying that he ends up cosplaying a lot of villains. Because he likes the way their costumes look, what you're saying. They've got but he's not a villain, so it's fun to play one, basically. He and I'm sure Jerry's the same way, and I kind of feel the same way. In life, I'm not interested in hurting anyone. I'm not interested in being a bad guy, But man, I love the bad guy costumes, and it's fun to dress up, like a Muppet bad guy and be an idiot for the afternoon, and then put it away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I think that there's something to be said if you're not comfortable trying to pull off a spandex suit. I mean, I know some of you guys out there look friggin' awesome in spandex.
Right.
Even with a muscle suit, I just don't think I can pull it off. But if it's got a mask and it's massive, I want to build that.
Right.
Right. I love the detail work. I love the end look.
Yeah.
And especially, one of the first forays was my two sons and I went to a con, and we were in Fallout armor, and I built Fallout combat armor.
Silicon.
That was silicon, yeah.
Okay.
And I built an Eyebot helmet from Fallout 4 for Skyland, my other son. In fact, he was on one of Odin's channels, and they did the dark.
Yeah, not Dark Phoenix.
No. My Hero Academia episode where they built the inflatable puppet that comes out of his
Dark
chest.
Shadow.
Dark
Whatever.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Skyland had that helmet on, and he had the vault jumpsuit, and he had all the the different armor and weapons and stuff. And we're just walking along, and this little kid, 3-4 years old, went, an astronaut, thought he was a real live astronaut because of the helmet. And that made his day.
Yeah.
Right there. And it was like, okay, because it was big, it was noticeable, it was something that the kid recognized.
Right.
And so when I go to cons in the Titan armor, they're like, oh, that's cool and all, but I don't know what it is because, most people don't play Destiny. But if I'm going to go as The Thing or Doctor Doom or Lex Luthor, then there's something for people to kind of grab onto.
Yeah.
I cosplay as All For One from My Hero Academia, the villain with the big helmet and everything. Because I'm a big dude, I fill the part out. Black suit, big helmet, and get really noticed. Especially since all the other cosplayers are usually kids and they're about this tall. Yeah, it works,
huge.
Yeah. And so that's what I like to do, is to be in something that's a little bit more impressive. If anybody here who knows Hummin H2, and he does...
Oh, he's great.
Dude, he does all kinds of amazing big suits. He just did the Rhino. He does Sentinel and Optimus Prime and all those guys.
Yeah, he's also, what was it, Juggernaut. And Transfer Z.
Yeah.
Or Mazinga. One of the two.
Mazinger, yeah.
Mazinger, okay.
And so that's kind of where I like to go for it. And again, working out of a little tiny space. I was here... During that episode with Skyland, I was in the back building my Mandalorian jetpack.
Right. Since season 1, he's been working on a heavy Mando outfit.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm like, I like squirrel. Oh, let's go build this over here instead. I'm sure none of you can relate.
Can't relate to that at all. We're here to build Proton Packs. Squirrel.
Big squirrel.
Big squirrel. Jay Perry's saying I go full used car salesman at Odin's booth. I was thinking about that.
He totally does. Pats it on the top. This baby can go from
right. This baby's seen some foam. Alex Stoner likes your Black Adam shirt. Ralph Warwick is here. Hello, Ralph. Matty B. Hello. Daniel Light says, I've never made foam cyborg arms before, but it could be fun. It could. Hendo Art did a cable arm.
I built that. I built her cable arm.
Built her cable arm?
Yeah.
And I love the way she did the elbow itself. It was just painted directly onto spandex. So this is a cable from X-Men, so it's kind of a Cyclops metal arm. Highly recommend that video is one to watch for making a cyborg arm, unless there's a specific look you're looking for. But I like the way she did it.
Yeah. That's why I had a lot of fun just building it, and I built it for fun, not to do the costume or anything.
Okay.
Just as practice. Anything you build, it doesn't have to be for any specific reason. But for me, it's there's a technique I don't know. Let's build something, so I kind of cement it in my head. Lost Wax has his steampunk arm, which would easily be converted into a cyborg arm.
Yes.
Right, and not make it steampunk. You could just change the Greevlies, as they say,
right.
And
paint
make it
silver
more,
and grime instead of black and gold.
Yeah. And I know that there's Cosplay Chris did a Winter Soldier arm. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about making a cool cyborg arm, depending on what the look is that you want to go for. Right. And doing it out of foam, which is what we work in mostly, is a lot more fun, I think, than trying to make a silicone mold and
Right.
make one of those sleeves that you pull up, and then you got to have Vaseline underneath or something in order to get it off. Lube up that arm.
I'm not against doing that. I just
Yeah.
never give myself enough time to get anything like that done.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that comes to mind, cyborg arm, unless you're trying to make, like, hydraulic piston, Kane arm from RoboCop 2,
Right.
or a Steve Austin arm, $6 Million Man,
yeah.
where you just got, like, torn flesh and a little bit of something. That's something very different.
Yeah.
But, still fun. Just these ideas of other cyborg arms, what they could be.
Right.
Side Fox, I am here. Excellent.
Sean Karg. Hey, dude. Welcome.
Oh, yes, Sean, sweet.
What's Daniel asking? You know how Tanjiro has his green and black checkered pattern on his kimono?
Yes, I know how he does. It's Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
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 What about it?
Yeah. We need some follow-up to that.
There was a costume contest I was trying to be. I was asked to be a judge for to just judging cosplay. Right. Tanjiro came through, and of course you got to look at stuff. And this person got the pattern right because the checkers are smaller in the top and larger in the bottom.
Right, it has
and
a progression.
as the panels went around, they all matched up. He didn't have like oddly shaped checkers.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have nailed.
That's
and
a lot of
and
sewing.
it wasn't painted. It was they got fabric and made it work. It was really as
Sewing,
far as I could tell.
sewing is like my kryptonite.
Yeah. And then Daniel also says, My Hero Academia. I wanted to make a Ninja Deku Bakugo Tendoriki mashup. In fact, I'm almost done with the ice-themed toy foam ninja sword.
That's a lot of characters to smash together.
Is that like Super Scroll, but Superhero Academia?
Super Scroll of My Hero.
Yeah, Super Scroll of My Hero. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Steve D. I love it at cons when I go as Elliot with ET on a mobility scooters. I have broken knee. Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Sorry about your broken knee, dude.
Sorry, Steve.
That's a cool idea, though.
Oh, that
to
is cool.
incorporate
Yeah.
the scooter.
So
Yeah.
many kids comment and ask for photos. Because that's actually what his little icon is, too. It's like
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I just I got hover zoom on Chrome, so I just made your icon picture
bigger.
there. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you sleep with that?
What is broken knee?
No,
hope
with ET.
Is the
That's like a pillow.
I hope the broken knee isn't permanent because you've had that picture for a while. Is that like a forever thing, or are you like working through it?
Talk about cyborgs.
Wow.
Make a cyborg leg, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Miss Merrimack is here. Sweet. Hello, Miss Merrimack. Yeah.
Side Fox 325, hello.
Hello, Side Fox.
Big Bob is in the middle of a Mark 1 Iron... Oh, dude,
Sweet.
that's cool. Big Iron Man suit. I love it.
What's this? Oh, he's got Judge Death. Nice.
Judge Death, awesome.
Daniel Knight says, imagine cyborg versions of Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no... Anyway.
Yeah,
I can't
Japanese
pronounce
words.
it. Yeah, Japanese words. Suppose I could make a foam cyborg guy to go with mashup. You could. Evil Ted made some cyborg guys recently on his channel. Probably about a year ago, but
Yeah,
recently.
they're still pretty cool.
Oh, and the Jack Smith is here. Oh, I'm sorry. And the Jack Smith is here. Hello, Jack Smith. Yeah. So, as you can see, Felicia's not here. Jerry's helping to fill in. And I think it is a hang out with friends and talk afternoon. I don't think I'm going to get anything done. So, entertain us with a story, Jerry, because all of a sudden I fell flat.
Entertain us with a story. Well,
Sorry.
first the earth cooled, then the dinosaurs came, but they got
Oh,
too
yeah.
big and fat and they died and they turned into oil. And then the Arabs came, bought Mercedes-Benzes, and then Prince Charles started wearing all of Lady Di's clothes. Anyway, long story short, there I was. No shit. It happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody got arrested. It was great. Yeah, the end.
Nice. I swear the first half of that I've heard somewhere before.
Airplane.
Okay, that's
Airplane,
what that was.
right.
Okay.
Well, cosplay stories. A little background about me is I used to run a comic book store a long time ago. I won't. Well, I guess I'll have to age myself. I'm older than Odin. But
Yeah, he's like 94, 95.
no, I feel like I'm 94 or 95 when I wake up in the morning and get out of bed and everything creaks and hurts. I just want to yell, "Get off my lawn!" But
You have a lawn?
way back in the late 80s, early 90s, I ran a comic book shop. And one of the things
This
that I
is
would
the
do...
1780s, by the way.
Yeah, 1780s, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, back when rocks were soft and I rode a dinosaur to work. I would go to Comic-Con in San Diego before it was this big, massive thing that it is now.
Right.
And it literally was all about comic books.
Yeah.
And the reason I would go is to buy for the shop. And I could go take I had a radio flyer wagon that I would take with me. And at that time, Comic-Con was a full week. So you'd have 4 days of the con that was open to the public. The first 3 days were set up, right?
Okay.
Because it was so big for all the vendors and the artists and all that. And as a buyer, I got to go in on the very first day as they were setting up. So I got access
nice. You
before
got the
anybody
early
else. So I
access.
could go in and get the Prime comics. And so I would just walk around all the booths and see all the people and meet all the artists and as basically a VIP, I guess. I got invited to all the after shows and the parties and got to meet all of the Marvel and DC people and all the independents. Ben Edlund, who did The Tick.
Right.
So he and I hung out a lot way back in the day. But just a few...
Not name dropping at all.
No. No. A few cons ago, I was with my kids and all of my adopted kids. They call me Con Dad. And I showed up late to this group hangout, and they had been talking about their favorite con stories. And they're like, "Hey, tell us something that that was cool from a con." I'm like, "God, where do I start?" Because I've been going to these forever. So biggest story is going to one of these San Diego Comic Cons, walking around with my radio flyer, looking for comics, watching these guys set up, and looking over and seeing Carrie Fisher.
Oh.
She was shopping for comics. She was a big comic book fan, and she collected a bunch of different things. And so I got my courage up, and here I am, early 20s, and walked over and I just said, "Hey, you were my first princess crush." Right? Normally it's a Disney character or something. I said, "No, you're my first princess crush." And she knew the guy setting up this booth, and she's all, did you all hear? I was his first princess crush. This boy is so cute. And she grabbed my face and kissed me.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, claim to fame, I kissed Carrie Fisher. And so I tell all these kids, they're like, "Oh my God." And then, but as the years go on, you meet more people, you do more things. It's a lot of you guys out here on the channel, when you go to cons, you meet some of the people, you meet and make friends with people that you see on TV, online. So I've been fortunate enough over the years to meet some amazing people. I had an hour-long lunch just out of nowhere with Van Williams and Adam West at a convention.
Wow.
And it was just the three of us sitting in a diner at the convention center, just chilling and talking, and them reminiscing about things, and me sitting there like a fanboy going, "How did I get here? This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is so cool." But I've gotten to meet and hang out with just an enormous amount of cool people that I did never think that I'd ever have a chance to meet. But that's the cool thing about going to cons and doing it for a very, very long time. So I've been going to cons for 40 years. So you wanted me to tell a story?
Yeah, I did. Thanks.
Also got to kiss Margot Kidder, so
Okay.
Lois Lane. And then at the con that I met you at, Gigi Edgley was there.
Right.
She kissed me.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm doing something right.
You're doing something right. You just reposted that picture.
I just did repost
Not the kiss
that
picture, but Gigi and him in his tight
She
armor.
was fanboying or fangirling all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can appreciate why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was in the back. I was like, "Oh shit, it's Gigi Edgley. Chiana's here. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm gonna go get her autograph and
Right.
get a picture with her." And she was just sitting there. And nobody was.
a surprisingly small amount of group of people. Like, not a lot of people came up and talked to her, but I mean, at least growing up, Farscape was huge.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
seeing
Hopefully
her
the mic
there
can
was
pick up
so
Jared.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seeing
Yeah.
her there was amazing.
I was actually excited to say, well, she's gonna be here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, and talking about a story that Odin was involved with is the other special guest
The
that
time
day
that
at that
YouTube
con.
kissed, wild
Yeah.
story.
the-
Anyways.
Yeah. The time I kissed Odin. Whoo! When Odin was the guest at this con where we actually met, the other special guest besides Gigi was
There's a few of them there. I think
Oh
I know
my
which one he
God.
wants to say. But
Tori Bellici from
Yeah, that's what I
Mythbusters.
thought,
And Tori grew up in Seaside in Monterey, in the area that I live at. And so afterwards, there was a big kind of after party for all of the cosplayers that were there and the guests. And so we all went to this bar, and it was so loud. And Tori's like, hey, I own a warehouse like 3 miles away. Let's just go over there. Everybody stop by the store, bring what you want. We'll just party at my place. And so we did.
Right.
We went over there, and we're standing in Tori's warehouse. All these people having a good time. Music's blasting. Tori was super awesome. Odin and I are standing off the side going, whose life is this? How
Right.
did we get here? This is weird.
I'm in Tori's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hang around long enough and insert yourself into someone's life long enough, and then you'll hang out with celebrities.
It's still weird to consider myself a celebrity. Thank you, but it's still. There was a super chat a little while ago. I didn't want to interrupt Jerry, but Side Fox, thank you very much for the super chat, and he was just sending a thank you for everything that we do and the great services. So
that's awesome, dude. Right on.
Side Fox is very generous, and unfortunately, this keeps coming around for about a year now. There's a box over there, the Chewy box. Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff I need to just tape up and get shipped off to him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Side Fox, just so you know, since I'm here, now I know this, I'll make sure it happens.
There you go. Okay, goal for the day.
Yeah.
Leah's...
Heckin' smooching everyone.
Heckin' smooching everyone.
That's right. Next time you're at a con that Odin's at and I'm there, I will kiss you. I don't care.
There you go.
Dude, we could do an Odin Makes kissing booth.
Oh, God.
You know how much bank you can make?
Oh, are we getting paid for this?
Hell yeah.
Actually, okay.
You could charge.
I could probably be
you
a
could
whore
charge
for
a
that.
nickel.
Okay. A nickel? A whole nickel? Hey, I will be at Creators Con in Lafayette, Louisiana on September 23rd of this year. So if that's the relative-ish area that you're in, then please come on by. And I guess if Jerry's there, we'll set up a kissing booth. But if he's not, we won't!
He shoots down my ideas all the time.
Not all the time.
Almost all the time.
Kind of. Someone suggested doggo. I think Leah heard the doggo.
Oh!
There's a doggo here.
There's a doggo here. This is Bean the shot puppy.
Yes. Come
Here, Bean.
No, Bean doesn't like being up on the table, so he won't stick around for too long. But yeah, it's Bean. Hey, Bean. I will be going to Stockton Con in just 2 weeks. So not next week, which there won't be a live stream. And then Stockton Con is the 8th and 9th of July. Bean will be there. So if you want to come by the booth, he'll have his little kennel and he will be there.
It is, and I tell you this from seeing Bean in person, this is probably the most lifelike animatronic foam build Odin has ever made.
Bean cam.
Trying to get a Bean cam.
There you
Bean,
go.
you're out of focus. Sorry, Bean. And yes, he wears sweaters most of the time because he doesn't have any coat. He has no undercoat. The poor guy's cold all the time. In fact, one of the things we picked up a couple of SAC animes ago now. It wasn't just the last one. I think it was last summer. No, maybe it was the winter one. Anyway, he's got an Eevee costume.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And it's like a fleece Eevee with a furry inner liner, and loves the thing. It's got a hood. Yeah, because he actually keeps him warm. And it's a lot of fun to have him fully dressed up in the Eevee costume with a little white frill Eevee around his neck, and you take him outside so you can walk the dog and pick up after the dogs, like all you dog owners know you have to do. And then people walk by and they see Eevee taking a dump. It's like, yeah, it's the one part of Pokemon training they don't talk about.
Hey, everybody poops.
Yep. Hi, Bean. Way calmer than Bruno.
Dan said I was nervous to meet you at first. No, we're just regular buddies.
Yes. Yeah, don't be afraid. If you see me at a con, I'll switch sides with you if you like. Don't be afraid to walk up and say hi. I'm not I try not to be standoffish. I try not to be aloof.
He doesn't bite.
I don't bite.
I mean, unless you pay him.
Well, you know, there's that.
Oh, hey, so Steve D answered your question. He says, been broken for 14 years, had a new replacement end of last year, but due to the time scale, my other is broken. Hopefully being replaced. Dude!
Both?
Stop breaking stuff. That's harsh.
Oh, wow. Thank you for answering it, Steve. Sorry for being a little personal there. Thank you, Bean.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, Doggo is there. Maddie B. Kula says, I have an old suggestion with a new twist. G-Force goes steampunk. That'd actually be kind of cool.
G-Force Ghost Steampunk?
Goes steampunk. So G-Force has a steampunk look instead of the clean, classic.
I've thought about G-Force helmets off and on for a long time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because I knew Voltron became really popular for a while because of new Voltrons. But G-Force is kind of going back a ways.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool.
And Zot and I, at one point, found the first episode of Battle of the Planets, right? The Americanized version of G-Force. Yeah. And rewatched it and was like, yeah, we thought this was great as kids.
Well, I mean, like Star Blazers is the same, right?
Right.
Star Blazers, for me, was a big, anime thing. But I got into anime,
I remember Star Blazers,
with a bunch of friends, and we would get bootleg beta videos.
Oh, wow.
We watched like Orgus and Dirty Pair and Cobra and all those older
I
ones.
remember all those.
And then Macross came on to Saturday morning cartoons, and we were like, oh, this is the bomb. This is so cool.
Yes.
Let's see, what else we got?
Yeah. Dirty Pair, Urusei Pat Labor.
Dan does 4 Emmys. No, I'm not a celebrity.
No, I'm not a celeb. 4 Emmys. Yeah, fine. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm as an editor, when I was working at the PBS station, I earned 4 Emmy Awards. So I am a multi-Emmy Award winning dude on YouTube.
5, technically.
Technically now I have 5 Emmys because...
he's got a big giant Emmy.
I got a big giant Emmy that's in a crate out back. It needs a little bit of work. But the local Emmy chapter from Northern California got a hold of me this last year because they wanted a giant Emmy they could put in the reception hall area. So the awards was a big diner hall this year where everyone sits at a table. It's like a crazy wedding reception, and then you have your main show person up on their stage with a video behind them, and they trade out all the time as people win their awards and they read off who the nominees are and that type of stuff. But once you get your award, you go back around to a side room where you get your pictures taken, you can pick your award up, and you can hang out. There's more bars because drinking's really important to these people. So they wanted this
alcohol going on really well.
Yeah, they do. So they wanted this big 8-foot tall Emmy statue to go in the center of the room, and I got to build that. And I got a hold of a couple of people who knew what the hell they were doing to give me a hand with it, which is great. I really appreciate that. So Shop Gremlin did a lot for making that happen. And then they had the connections with Folsom Lake College and being able to use their shop bot to be able to get the parts cut out. So I know Treg the Viking and all of a sudden I'm blanking on Folsom Lake College's shop foreman's name, which is really bad. But basically the 4 of us busted that thing out in like 10 days. It was nuts to get it done.
That's pretty cool.
With all of us having day jobs.
Nimblu says Bean's Comic Con kissing booth. That's actually
there you go.
Giving Bean kisses?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Jerry Can Cosplay, who am I kissing? I'm game with anyone. Dude, bring it. Although, beard to beard, Velcro, The Adventures of Alex Stoner, speaking of Cyborg, he's making himself a cyborg costume from the DC Comics.
Oh, it is.
Dude, that's cool.
That's what I thought he was talking about.
That's like
cyborg.
Like full cyborg. That's pretty cool. That's ambitious. Actually, that's if you do that right and have all the lights and stuff, I bet that you would stand out in a crowd for sure. I've seen some people do cyborg, but it's like cloth. Like padded cloth instead of actual full
like
foam.
Classic cyborg.
As it's a little bit more modern and where it's actually parts from and doing it out of foam. So that I would love to see that. Odin always says, "Hey, if you make something, send him a picture."
Right.
So that'd be cool.
And I do get pictures. It's great. I get tagged on Instagram all the time. It's great.
Dan does junk. Jerry, you're going to be at SAC Anime Summer in September. Yep. I go to all the SAC animes that Odin goes to because I help out. Jared and I both help out at the Cosplay Repair booth.
A lot. Thank you, guys.
And that is, boy, the last couple times has just been constantly busy.
Yeah.
During the summer, it's hot in SAC, and this last summer it was 116 degrees out. And the biggest thing we had to do is people would come in because their shoes were melting.
Yeah.
They were actually just peeling, the soles were peeling right off, or anything that was hot glue, belts, shoulder pieces, whatever. They would go outside for a photo shoot and come back in, and it was just falling apart.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of repairs. We did a 7-hour stint, no break. We had people down and around the corner in the hall because it was that bad.
And it went by quick.
It did. But at the same time, after 7 hours of sitting there just fixing everything under the sun, you just
Right.
you feel a little shell shocked. What else do we have?
No, you definitely do.
Somebody's having some sort of conversation on here that maybe they shouldn't, but okay.
Well, maybe they shouldn't. There's oftentimes people have conversations in the chat, and it's okay. Dan is there to help pay attention to anything inappropriate. So if it's still there, it should be okay.
Steve D. I also do a cosplay of Garth from Wayne's World, which I strap a kid's drum kit to my scooter. Oh, dude, that's
awesome.
dude. How are you, dude?
You ever do the Pizza Hut version? You know, the Reebok whatever version from the one scene?
Jerry Can Cosplay just Googled price of flights to CreatorCon in September. It's not cheap. Yeah, flights these days, not cheap.
Thank you for Googling that. It's a one-day con. It's not a big con. This isn't any better for you, Jerry, but the CreatorCon creator just contacted me about also doing Colorado Springs in April. So he looks like he's going to be doing Lafayette and then Colorado Springs. So I'll be in Colorado Springs as well.
Oh, that's cool. All right. This guy gets around.
He does. He's out of Oklahoma.
Let's see. Jerry Can. Oh, Danza's junk is at Jerry Can Cosplay. You're a master crafter. I'm sure you can build something to get you over the pond.
Yep. Da Vinci hang glider. Go.
Sure. Why not? Why not? You could build a submersible. Oh, too soon?
Not if he makes one that works.
Yeah, my foam and duct tape boat might not make it that far. You can get one of those motors, like the airplanes that you have the rubber band.
Oh, the
propellers.
rubber band motor. Okay,
Sure.
That's better than a little spring when you.
Those rust. Rubber band. Much
Yeah,
more.
okay, fair enough.
Much more. It's safer too.
Oh yes.
Well, unless Jerry it springs off and gets him in the beard and gets all tangled up. Yeah, that can cause some problems. Let's see. Strictly Games currently working on my first cosplay project in a few years today. Good for you getting
sweet.
back in the game.
Right.
I think everyone should follow your passion, build when you can. We all know life takes you out of the game every once in a while.
It does.
But the more you build, the more you follow those dreams and create something that makes you happy, really. Because at the end of the day, you're not building for other people, you're building for yourself. I mean, unless it's a commission, in which case you're making money. That's still kind of for yourself.
That's still kind of for yourself. Commissions are tough. Because as an artist, you can look at something and you can be highly critical of it. But then once you're accepting a commission, now that's adding another layer to it, and you're even more critical of it. Or at least I am.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I'm not that good with deadlines.
I have a commission right now to build the staff for Sailor Pluto from the Sailor Moon anime.
Right.
And well, I've been busy though. It's a commission, but it's also a commission for a family member, so I know there's some leeway in getting that. But I'm going to be in Texas in 2 weeks, so I need to take it with me.
So now that you have to build it,
or in 3 weeks. So in the next 2 weekends, I'll build it, and it's honestly, it's a weekend build. It's not that complicated.
That's good. That's good.
But I just built the Hylian shield and started working on the Master Sword for another commission, and I'm still building my Sting costume and all that. So I mean, at some point you have to kind of switch gears and go, what's more important? What's the most burning project that you got to get done? When it's for yourself, it's really easy to get lost in well, I don't feel like working on this one today. Or you get
Right.
distracted by like, I'm really on this costume, but I really want to build this one too. So I'm going to set this aside. I can't tell you how many side projects I have sitting at home. Jared's the same way. He's got like half a dozen costumes. Yeah, looking around the shop. Like, that's not done. That's not done. That's not done.
It's a house full of unfinished projects.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's where projects go to die. Maddie B. Kula says, what was the weirdest thing you guys repaired at a con? What was the weirdest thing you repaired?
Okay, so it's not weird, but it's weird this keeps happening. This is the first thing that came to mind. There's a cosplayer. She goes by the name of Cammy Slice. And
Cammy's awesome.
Cammy's awesome. I swear, 5 cons in a row now, something's gone wrong to where I'm down fixing something right next to her butt. So I'm just like, let's just praise the Cammy butt.
Right?
Dante from the Last Sack Anime.
The what?
Dante.
Oh.
Incredible Dante cosplayer, but he ended up tearing the inseam of the back of his pants.
So this dude looked fantastic as Dante.
Which Dante?
Dante
From
Devil May Cry.
From Devil May
okay,
Cry,
thank you.
right? Had a fantastic costume, but from the middle of his butt crack all the way down into his thighs, he had this massive tear in his
right.
pants, and we didn't have anything for him to wear while we repaired his pants. None of our sewing goddesses were around. And so I sat there with my face in this dude's ass, hand sewing his pants back together for like 20 minutes, just whip stitching it, opening the hole. I'm like, dude, if you bust ass, I'm done. And he was sweaty and like,
Oh yeah, they always
dude,
are.
at least you're wearing underwear, because that would have been awkward.
Hopefully hygiene too.
Yeah, no, hygiene was
that's
fine.
good.
It was
Okay,
just, it was just like, wow, the things we do to help people out.
Right. We fix a lot of shoes, fix a lot of electronics. People will put something together and, this will work fine, until you bang it around at a con for a couple of hours and it shorts out. And there are times when the same wizard staff will come back needing an LED fix over and over and over again. There was a scout from Team Fortress 2 that kept coming by because the rifle he had made and hot glued together, the scope kept falling off, the grip fell off, on and on. So until finally he went and bought a foam bat and just like, forget the gun.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people will bring something to a con and not really know that what they bought, especially if they bought 3D print something that they kind of put together themselves, was not really well made.
Right.
And so I've seen plenty of Star Wars blasters or
a lot of
swords that came
swords.
3D printed that were just crushed because they didn't have any kind of fill, and
No
they didn't
core,
no core, no
no
nothing.
structure.
And at some point you just go, I can't fix this.
Right.
Not here. If I was in the shop, had all my tools and all my materials, absolutely could fix it, make it better, but it would take hours. But for a 10-minute fix at a con, sometimes you just have to say, put it in a bag and call it a day, and order something better next time, or better yet, commission it from somebody is a good builder.
Or yes, 3D printer who isn't afraid of little things like infill.
Yeah. There's also the people that come up that want you to, well, I should say ladies that come up and they've got something has torn up in here.
Right.
And it needs to be either machine sewed or hand sewed, but because they can't take it off for machine sewed, you have to hand sew it. And you say, well, can your friend do it? And your friend's like, I don't know how to sew.
Right.
That's why we came to you. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
And then you got to ask permission, say, hey, I'm going to
get real
close and personal.
You okay with this? I'm not going to do anything funny.
And so far, everybody's like, yeah, hey, do what you need to do to get this fixed there. I mean, they understand. We're there for a reason.
Yeah.
To help them out. But at the same time.
Yeah, we haven't been creepy old men. We haven't done anything inappropriate. And what's nice is that gets back to the people that run the con. I have had the guys that run the con and the guys that have head of security come to me every con that the guests are praising us, are giving thank yous to you and to me and the people running it, because we're helping. We're not talking down to anyone. We're
No.
not, being creepy. We're not, gatekeeping the tools. And so
we don't charge either.
No,
It's free.
yeah, we don't charge. No.
It's free. People sometimes want to come give us tips, and that's fine. We still try to turn it down because that's not why we're there. We're there
Right.
to give back to the community. All of these people, no matter their skill level or how often or for the first time they've cosplayed, they're there to show off what they've done, what they've built, and if it goes wrong for them, sometimes they freak out. Knowing that we're there and they can come to us, and I've had several people tell us, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here." And we offer, hey, if you want to fix it yourself, here's the tools.
Totally.
If you want us to do it, we're happy to do it. And I'd say 90% of the time when they ask us to fix it, we'll actually tell them how to make it better next time. Because we see, first time prop, oh, cool. Well, this is awesome for your first time. In the
Right.
future, if you want to make it, so it doesn't do this break or whatever, add these supports, whatever. And here's a better way to build it. Or I can go, hey, you know what? Odin made one of these on his channel. Go look up his channel. Go look at that video. And when you want to make version number 2, follow those steps, and you'll have a much better product. And everybody has been just across the board very receptive, appreciative. And yeah, several times props come back multiple times just because they're
Air.
their friends grab them and play with them
Yeah.
and don't really realize how delicate they are, and then they
Right.
break.
I've seen, even people that are helping us in the booth, Victoria and Reese, they showed up with some ornate, jagged swords that they had purchased from Etsy that was 3D printed. And the first picture they want to take, strike the pose, and just that, not even trying to swing, but just a pose, was enough force that it just snapped the blade right off. Because no infill. Yeah. But anyway, just little things.
Yeah.
Carbon rods are king.
It really sounds
Carbon
like
rods are king.
it really sounds like all the people from overseas are going to get together and jump into Jerry Can Cosplay's boat.
Oh,
And
really?
they're all going to come over together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Jerry, make a big enough boat. Don't name it Titanic.
So you're going to build this boat, and all the cosplayers and makers are going to come in twos.
Yeah.
Yes,
2x2.
2 by 2.
In the foam tannic.
Steve D, if you take your mobility scooter and you modify it with a propeller in the back, you guys have mobility to
you
get across
just
the water.
glue tongue depressors to the wheels and just let it spin. It'll be a paddle boat, right?
I mean,
It's
look
easy.
at that.
Yeah. Don't use hot
DIY,
glue.
you're way
Yeah.
over here. Dan does junk. I gave Odin $100 for all his hard work. It's behind him. It's true.
Yep, he did. It was awesome. He was telling me, no, you don't take tips, but
And it's a cool little foam $100 bill.
it's a Lego $100 bill.
Yeah.
Here, so if we hold it like this, and you hit the number 2, and then hit cut.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no,
that's-
cut. That's still.
That's whoops.
So 2,
Two.
and the cut is one of the big white buttons that says cut.
I don't have my glasses. Oh, cut.
Oh, fairy only glasses.
Jesus.
That's not fair.
I'm stupid.
So it's all right. So yeah, it's done on my Lego scale. So it is the Lego money tile, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Just hit the 1 cut and go right back to 1. There you go.
All right, cool. I'm learning stuff. Daniel Knight, did you know ninjas wear fishnets underneath their shinobi outfits? Dude, I'm wearing fishnets right now. And that's just jeans.
I love the trivia Shock Gremlin loves throwing out, which is tech crew for plays. Because you're all blacks, right? So because you're tech crew, you don't want to be seen in the play.
Right.
Yeah, that predates the blacks for ninjas. They actually took it from tech crew.
Really?
Yep.
From like kabuki theaters
Yes,
and stuff
from
like
like
that.
kabuki theater
That's
stuff. Yeah.
awesome. That is awesome. Jesus Orta, saludos guys. Hey, welcome.
Hey, hello.
We'll back up here and see if we missed something.
Oh yeah, please.
The Gamer Viking says, haven't seen your video since you made the Captain America shield. There's a lot since then.
There's a lot since then.
You got some watching to do.
Yeah, but in your favor, I haven't put a lot of videos out over the past couple of months, so the list isn't that big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy to
still,
catch up.
it's easy to catch up. It's fun having at SAC Anime. I'll bring a TV and let my channel run the entire time we're there, and at this point, with a 3-day con, by Sunday night, I'm still, I no longer make it back to Zot's garage. I'm still in this building.
Oh, yeah. Star Wars Andy, hello from Hamburg, Germany.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, Star Wars Andy.
Hello, Star Wars Andy.
Steve D and Leah Marie, Ryobi time.
Ryobi time is, it is 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. Okay.
It's 1 o'clock. Sweet. So at 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock here in California where we're streaming from. I like to when I have that, I like to open up stuff that gets sent to me, right? So if for any reason anybody feels compelled to send something you want to see me open up on air, this is not me asking for stuff, but it's there. There's a P.O. box in the description of this video, and I go and check that box periodically, and that's where this stuff comes from. It's been really nice that Ryobi, the power tool company, has been for a little over a year now sending me, almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Sending me stuff, sending me new things, because they started making Maker's tools. I've got a new box of Maker's tools.
I'm considering sending him a box of Lacy Dainty Underthings, just, to watch him open it on air.
As long as I have to open them on air.
I'll brand them as Ryobi, though.
Oh, okay, that's
They'll be
good.
yellow.
So they sent me a little box. Part of the fun with Ryobi, and I'll use their hobby knife to open it. I think the people who couldn't get a job at Amazon packs Ryobi.
You get a big giant box with one tiny thing in it? Yeah. Oh, no packing material. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless that's something trying to get out.
As long as it doesn't sing like a mogwai, we should be okay.
Right.
All right.
You want me to hold the box over here and you can just lift them out? That way.
Yeah.
You got the chair right there. You can set it up on the chair.
Well,
Over here.
actually, this is
No.
that's way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Okay,
Oh,
so
dude, okay.
there's 3 things in here. One we saw recently. Ended up doing the whole 2 thing again. Yeah. So got another one of the USB rechargeable fine point soldering pens, which is really cool. I opened one of these up recently with Felicia, so this one may go to Felicia. What I'm excited about this is actually using it for carving foam.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if this is going to be. I mean, this would be good for repairs and being very mobile, having been in a art department for videos before. You want to be able to have stuff you can just run out on set and be able to fix really quick, and this would be ideal for that. I haven't tried using it yet for actually soldering, so it'd be kind of neat. But I'm excited about their USB rechargeable batteries.
Also, Cosplay Repair, we try to get everything cordless.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have, sometimes we have 4 to 6 people at the booth repairing at the same time. You don't want to drag cords across somebody who's sewing something or hot gluing something. So,
yeah, the lack of cords is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm excited also about the rechargeable batteries
I want to
in
know
Cosplay use.
how long that battery's going to last.
In this?
In that.
Yeah. Curious about that. This is really cool. So,
All right, so
got
that's
one
cool.
of those again.
All right, I'm going to do...
I'll go for the next larger thing they sent. What is it? It's a scrubber, which is actually kind of cool. So it's a powerful cleaning, compact size, powerful cleaning. It's cleaning.
It's
cleaning.
Oh, let me go, Odin.
No. But if you look at the brush that's on it, it's actually just a 1/4-inch shaft like a screwdriver. So this will fit in any of the. This is really cool. So I might actually be able to clean my bathtub.
I was thinking like some of your tools. Right?
Oh, well, fair enough. Actually clean the tools. So that is really cool. This is the battery. And the USB batteries that they're making are self-charging. There's a USB-C port at the top, or that kind of like a lightning port. So it charges off the same cord that most of the cell phones are using now.
Yeah.
So, and the last thing they sent, and this is actually kind of exciting. This is very much a maker tool that I'm looking forward to. This is a USB powered. It's a foam cutter specifically. It's a hot knife. Is it actually just foam? Yeah, foam cutter kit. So this is and it comes with multiple tips, which is really cool. So we've got the wire cutter as well as a long pokey and a short pokey for cutting and carving. And this is...
or if you have a ginormous wheel of cheese.
Or if you have a ginormous wheel of cheese. So I've had one foam cutter I bought from a hobby store, just a discount hobby store. And it worked really well. It was really very cool. But
Oh, here, I got a knife.
I'm excited to have one. You got your knife good. Oops. I'm excited to have one that's cordless because that little foam cutter had a little cable. You had to plug an extension cord into it to use it on the table.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like if I didn't...
Cordless is the way to go.
Oh, yeah. So this I'm very excited about.
That's why I like those.
Now I just need a project to use
the
it on.
cordless hot glue guns. Game changer.
Is there right and a wrong? No. Looks like it just goes on the other way. So it's a gold post, but it's yeah. So we've got the hot wire here, just a piece of Nike head wire. I'm sure this is easily replaceable if I need to, because this is a consumable portion. This will break in time.
Is that just a?
It's just a piece of Nike head
Oh no,
wire.
it's just you.
Yeah.
So you pull it over and just twist it onto itself. It's not even a screw down.
They might have spare. They do have spare in here. Look, they brought spare. So
That's
very
awesome.
cool. And then yeah, you just
Pop that
this
bad boy
way.
in there.
Put it in the right way and it works better. And then drop the cord. Drop the battery thing. I won't turn it on because it hasn't been given a chance to get charged
Wow,
yet.
That cap just
No, it's,
disappeared.
it's,
It went
it's
forward.
in the front, underneath the front of the table here.
Oh,
That's all right.
I've been beamed, so I can't get up.
okay.
Do I have... I don't know if I've got one of these batteries fully charged, and I don't want to, I can, but it's just going to make the light turn on.
I might be.
It's hot. It took no time to get hot. Wow, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, it's got a pull noodle.
It's exciting.
That's like a hot cord through foam. Whoa!
Remember to breathe that, kids. That's the good stuff right there. I like the fact that it has two settings.
Dude, that was. I mean, look.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see.
No, it's out of focus. The focus
Yeah.
plane's back here, and you'll actually have to...
That is just.
Yeah.
You're
That is
also
a
not on the right camera.
That is a smooth cut. Oh, we're on the main camera.
Yeah.
Duh.
It's all right.
That is
You can
nice.
pick it up towards your head, too, but still is not quite that
Yeah.
close. Yeah. No, where's some EVA foam?
Oh yeah, you got a scrap right here.
So I got some... I'm sure it'll cut this, because the laser does. That's how all these circles were cut. So I'm getting a
Here.
red warning light. I think we're at the end of
Cut-
its life.
Cut this thing.
End of its battery life. Not quite. Yeah, this does not...
Although, if you wanted to make pattern lines
Yeah.
on something, that's nice and, or heck, you almost went through. You could do curves and
So a little
and
cleaner and more of an open cell phone.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
got-
more
it's
open
got
cell.
applications.
And of course, this will work great with styrofoam and the pink polyester insulation foam.
Yeah,
This will cut
furniture
through all
foam,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably work well with furniture. Is there any furniture foam here?
Yeah, I got some over here.
Of course, now we need a battery that's healthier.
Here's that 1/2 inch. Unless you wanted the full 3-inch
No, that's
furniture foam.
I'm just trying to see if there's another. Because most ones I had have gone home with Felicia, so I don't think I've got
Oh, more batteries.
another
You
battery.
could pull the battery out of the soldering or out of one of the others.
Sure.
Actual piece of plastic. Alright. Here's what you want to cut.
Yeah, that's what we want to cut.
Big, giant piece of furniture foam.
Hey, the cat.
Oh,
Thank you, thing.
different kind of thing.
Yeah, different kind of thing. That was the battery, not And there's cables in there, so I'm not going to throw that away just yet. There we go. All right, we're green. Now we're red. All right.
Yeah.
This should be, yeah, this is just fine.
Oh yeah, that cuts super smooth.
That is actually easier to cut than the, that's easier.
That is cool.
I have been
That
so
was-
happy using carving knives from the thrift stores that like you use for cutting, like Frank uses to cut up meatloaf.
Yeah.
No, this is way better.
That actually makes it look like the actual outside edge of the original foam
Yeah.
manufacturing edge.
Oh, this could come in really handy.
Oh, you could do angle cuts.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryobi. This, I think I've got a project that I can use this on almost immediately. And so much safer than the Variac version I was building.
yeah.
Yeah, that Frankenstein. Oh, this is way cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to get these batteries charging.
This is less inclined to catch on fire.
This is a lot less inclined to catch on fire than... Oh, that's actually spring-loaded. I was trying to flatten it up.
I was doing the same thing.
Well, we'll use the little thingy so we can do the... I guess it wants to go this way, right? No?
No, flip it over.
Okay,
Yeah, there you
there
go. Good enough. Don't let it fall on the plastic.
Way cool.
All right. So we're done with this.
Super excited about new toys. Hey, so remember, kids, if you want to get your own Ryobi foam cutter, your own Ryobi scrubber, or Ryobi pen soldering kit, the whole reason these guys send them to me, actually the whole reason they send them to me is so they see them being used on screen. They're actually not asking me to shield these. They're actually not asking me to even open them up like this on screen. It's just fun to do it on a live stream. But these are all available at Home Depot or through the Home Depot website. And they should be available now. I don't think I've got pre-release stuff.
No, I'm sure this is. I mean,
Yeah, they've sent me pre-release stuff before.
But they
talked
told
about
you.
it. Yeah, but they told me. They didn't tell me this was going to be pre-release stuff.
So Dan Does Junk has a butane soldering pin.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering how it compares to that.
Oh, I'm sure the butane
Probably
one.
smells better than the butane one.
I wonder. The butane one's probably really good. I imagine it's going to hold its temperature better. I'm going to let Shop Gremlin play with the soldering stuff because at this point, they are way better at it than I am. Shop Gremlin's got papers and classes for how to train people how to use a soldering saw. I just let them do it. But anyway, I'll let them work with it and give me a report.
Oh, dude, DJ Sumpy. I once used a wood-burning foam cutter tool to cut foam. It worked great, but the heat of dripping foam on my leg was not nice. Wear pants! If you're going to build shit, wear pants! Bernie Davis says, hi, Odin. Who's your guest in the shot?
Hello, Bernie Davis.
Hi, Bernie Davis. My name's Jerry from GerryRiggedProps. I've been a friend of Odin's for a very long time, and I came. Felicia's not here this week. I came to help Odin with a different project, and Odin promised me a whole lot of money and pizza and beer and dancing women and disco balls to be on his show today, and I just found out that was all a lie.
Dude, I bought frozen pizzas.
Actually, to be honest, Odin made a what was it that you made yesterday?
We
Brisket.
basically it was a roast. We just got a Traeger, which is a type of it's a smoking barbecue. It's a smoker, not a barbecue. So we used the Traeger to smoke up a hunk of meat, and so yeah, we had that last night.
So he did
It was
feed
really
me.
good.
So
yeah.
I mean, I'm easy. I'm super easy. Yeah, I talked a lot about me earlier, so you can go back and watch that later if you want to. If you have questions, today we are doing the unboxing stuff and also just kind of a chill out, hangout day, answering questions, talking about making. All of the people overseas apparently are going to get together and build a boat and come over and visit, so that's going to be cool. If you want to get inland, though, you may have to think about putting wings on that thing, maybe fly.
Right. Lafayette's not so bad. They just have to come up to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. Dan Joe's Junk, how's the smell? Actually, it doesn't smell well. We've got fans going,
Yeah.
so it kind of blew whatever smell goes away. It just smells like a pool noodle.
I got excited and pulled parts out, and I didn't pay attention.
But that hot
There it
wire
is.
carver, this thing is
Sold separately.
awesome.
Oh, we've got bits and pieces that literally says sold separately. This is what I get for not reading the instructions. I'm seeing a hot knife edition sold separately, and then there's a J hook or something. I don't know what this is. I have to look what that's supposed to be.
That's when you want to start pulling the pieces out of your brain.
Oh, is that for pulling the pieces out of your brain?
You?
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
The Ryobi branded home mummification kit.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah. Jerry Can Cosplay, Odin, how you getting on with Tears of the Kingdom?
I've barely played it. I got a chance to play it a little bit a couple weeks ago. I've gotten off the tutorial Sky Island, and I've managed to land down in Hyrule, and I've barely touched it since. But I'm loving it, and I want to play more. I don't want to. I got 15 minutes. I'm gonna play. I really want to play it and really spend time playing it. And I haven't allowed myself time to do that. I've been caught up doing paperwork and other little things for the past couple of weeks. So, and I'm still not done with all that. But I will play it, and I'm going to, You were talking about making the Master Sword, and I thought that Burt Match Master Sword you have from the very beginning.
Oh, that'd be cool to make.
Would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my kids want me to build a Ganondorf.
Oh, okay.
Full Ganondorf cosplay. And I'm not opposed to it, but
no.
As we said earlier, my building space is not big.
This is cool.
Maddie B. Coolest says, isn't a J-hook used for lobotomies? Exactly. So it's your whole mummification kit, just like the Egyptians used to do. Because Egyptians used Ryobi tools.
Totally. Big fan of cases. All the little pieces going in here, and I appreciate the fact that they future-proofed it with spaces for parts
for all the other parts. Yeah. And Ryobi is Egyptian for lobotomy.
Yes. And I just lost my brand deal.
Bernie Davis, have you seen The Flash yet? We covered that earlier.
Bernie Davis wasn't here for it. I haven't had a chance to watch The Flash yet. So I haven't seen The Flash yet. I haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse yet. Or Across, the new one, and I haven't seen Secret Invasion yet.
We watched the first episode of Secret Invasion, but we haven't seen any more of it.
Although
I think that's all it's out.
That's all it's out right now.
We did go see The Flash. Jared and I went and saw The Flash.
Yeah.
For those of you who are playing the home game, my son Jared is also here today, hanging out. He's this disembodied voice. He's actually been the Bean Wrangler for the last hour.
Right. Well, Bean's pretty easy to get along with. He's just, hey, look at that. He's chewing on his foot. Who would have guessed?
Hey,
at least
Schultz
he's only
Division,
chewing on his foot.
Schultz Division's got to go.
Oh,
dude.
Thank you for hanging out, Schultz. Thank you very much. And as Schultz likes to say, if you enjoyed the live stream, if you enjoyed the video, please leave the severed hand of like, and don't forget to subscribe. Yep. It's funny how I hate saying that. I feel pretentious. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I mean, it's easier to say now because I say it mentally. I'm saying it sarcastically. But Schultz is always right there to remind us, and so thank you, Schultz.
Yeah, super cool. Oh, Dan, rub it in that you have an 8x10 shed to build in. Yeah.
Yeah, this side tube is strictly the battery holder. That's it. The entire tool is just here.
And you want to clean your Traeger.
I want to clean the trigger. I bet this would be a really good, exfoliating facial scrub.
Or back scratcher.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, multiple options here.
Yeah.
How'd your...
That's cool.
Do we have other things?
No, that was it. That giant box, and that's all that was in there. That's, again, how well... And the fact that the bottom almost gave out screwing around. That's how well... At least when you order from Home Depot, it isn't the TTI Ryobi people packing it.
Right. With no packing material.
No packing material at all. But no, way excited about the foam cutter. Very excited about anything that makes cleaning easier. This will also be good for the boat.
I want to hear Shop Gremlin's review of this. This soldering pin.
I know. I can't remember if did the other one go with Felicia already, or do I have it here still? Yeah, the other one might have gone to Felicia already. Let's open this one up.
Felicia, if you're watching, if you don't have one already. Bernie Davis, I need a shed for making my props and a sponsor deal with Ryobi. Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Really?
Yes.
Don't we all?
And one of the coolest things about getting a sponsor deal with Ryobi, so I highly recommend it, they will send duplicate items if you have a co-host. And so it's really cool getting to split the bounty up. You know?
That's nice.
And I know that all the live streams and the videos that Felicia has done, which most of the videos she's doing are still in post-production, but the live streams, she makes sure it's there on screen because she gets it. We're both ex-Smosh employees, and she understands the importance of having the branded items on screen. And actually, that was something else fun happened this last week is Smosh bought themselves back.
Oh, and Daniel Knight already has a new workbench, so he has 2 where he lives.
Oh.
Again, rub it in.
We can run over to the Container Store and get you another TV tray.
I don't know if I have room for another TV tray, dude. To be honest.
All right.
Actually, Jared works off a TV tray too in our living room. We have a 2-bedroom apartment where 3 of us live, and half the living room is our makerspace. I mean,
you just
use what you got. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
The bonus is we have a deck. So
we do have a deck, so we can paint.
Oh, that's good.
So we have a big tarp, which is really ugly, but we also have a picnic bench or picnic table that the tarp lays over, and we can lay out all of our painting things, and it's outside, so it's breathable. If we need to go outside, carve foam.
If you want to huff paint, the neighbors
can watch. We want to huff paint, the neighbors can watch. That's true.
That's good.
Or if you're going to do any kind of foam burning with the soldering iron, or especially if you're going to heat up PVC pipe,
up your house with.
Then we just step outside onto the deck, and that's nice. But but for building, you just turn on the TV and you just make stuff, and then hope that you can find some room later to set it up and store it.
So the fine tip soldering tip that comes off the
that is definitely a fine tip. That is tiny.
This is solid metal. It's got a well, it's not solid, but it's got the heating cord and it's got the outer zinc, right? But it looks like it's just like a quarter 32 thread that just screws in, which now makes me think if all this is the element that heats up, anything that's going to have that type of I'm guessing, I could be wrong, it may not be quarter 32. That type of thread that screws in, this is another, heated element, right? Like, can we just mill down the end of an X-Acto knife and make it, and turn this into another type of hot knife? Because this is the heating element.
Why not?
Yeah.
I bet
Sorry, Ryobi, immediately I want to how do I hack your tools? But this is that's cool.
Actually, if I was Ryobi, I'd be like, I wonder what Odin's going to do with this.
Right. How's Odin going to misuse it?
Maybe give him... How's he going to misuse it? Not what we meant it to be used for. But, of course, it could give them ideas for making another tool, right?
They could make kits with other heads as additional add-ons for it in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. It was a year or more ago. I was talking with Ryobi on a conference call, and they were asking me about what tools? And I do believe foam cutter is one of the ones I had suggested.
Yeah.
That I was interested in seeing.
Lo and behold,
here's a foam cutter. I don't think I was the sole voice for that, but it's really cool that there it is. And no, this is cool.
So Oculus Orbis says Odin hacks.
Odin hacks.
Yeah. Which could be cool. 2 different channels. He hacks machines, or he's got a machete. You got the mask for it. Actually, you got the machetes back there too.
Or when he's sick.
Yeah, that's it. Sort of like that other video with Odin Makes.
Bernie Davis is a tiny element. Zoom and enhance. Yeah, because that's a thing, like in the movies.
Right.
Well, if you go to the other...
it's still not going to... Yeah, tiny element. So, here, can you hold it right here, Jerry?
Yeah.
With these cameras, if you tap the power button a couple of times, it goes into the focus zoom, which gives you a 5 times digital focus.
Oh, there you go.
So that's as close
now,
as I can get.
And then here's an X-Acto blade for...
Right. You might need to back up a little bit. Yeah, that looks like it's closer to being in focus.
So that's an X-Acto blade for comparison.
It's like needle thin.
In size. So it is very needle thin. Oops. I think that's about as good as it gets.
Probably.
Dan does junk. If I didn't have room, I guess I'd remove the seats in my van and make it my crafting space. Dude, I'm going to take half your van.
But yeah, that's it. It's just a
Little tiny.
little tiny thing. Oh, and then I had touched the hot wire. I don't know if you can see it, but I managed to.
Oh yeah, you
burn
got
my
yourself
fingers.
across the fingers.
Yeah, because I'm safety, Captain Safety.
Captain Safety. My old handle was Captain Splody. He didn't want me in here at that one. Why did Odin's shop explode? Well, he had a guess.
Well, which way does this go? It goes this way. Okay. I do like the fact that we got a vent and it has a metal shielding, so you can put the tip back on while it's still cooling. You don't have to wait for it to fully cool before you put your soldering pen back together. I am totally going to let
a hot item out.
I'm totally going to let Shop Gremlin tin this up and prime it, because apparently, having not done that in the past, I've ruined my soldering iron, so I'm going to let someone else deal with that. And it comes with a little packet of solder. That's good.
Safety third.
That's right. Safety third.
Bernie Davis.
Eventually.
You got it right. OSHA? What's OSHA? Who
That's
reads
after
safety laws?
measuring once and cutting twice. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Measure once, cut twice.
OSHA is the first half of what you say when you don't have
Yes.
occupational safety. Yeah.
Right? Dan does one thing I like about the butane solder iron. Fire, Dan.
Yeah.
I feel you, man. Fire's the way to go. Fire and duct tape pretty much fixes anything,
Pretty much.
right?
Yeah.
It's
If-
like
if
they
it
say
can't be
when
fixed,
you're
it
trying
takes
to
care of it.
trying to
You can't
loosen.
hold it back together, melt it back down.
Exactly. Or like, when they talk about like trying to change the nuts on your tires or something, right?
Yeah.
It can't be loose if it's liquid,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, dude, you could stab somebody in the back. That's
This is.
looks like one of those things in
this
the
is-
movies you jam it into somebody, it sucks their life force out.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. No, that's cool. And then you're just.
It's the hydrosiphon from Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Hydrosiphon from Tank Girl. Wow, yeah, that'd be a fun one to build. I also keep thinking of the life force being sucked out of the podling from Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like that wasn't traumatizing when you're 10.
It's a children's show.
It is a children's show.
Look at all the funny Muppets.
It's Muppets. How bad can it be? Dude, I've seen some some movies with Muppets that are.
Yeah, Meet the Feebles?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, this is really nice. I like tools. I like toys. This is very cool. Thank you, Ryobi, again. All right.
That is cool. How did your gun turn out?
It needs to be sanded, but a couple layers of primer turned out pretty solid.
Oh, cool.
You wanna
You want to
bring
You
it up?
got the close camera?
Yeah. Well, you want him to get here first.
Yeah. Well, come over here.
All right.
I'll switch you
So,
over.
Jerry, who is this?
So this is my son Jared, and he is also a maker, and he makes stuff. And right now he's working on Cobb Vance Cosplay, and he's working on the pistol 3D print.
Yeah, so this is a costume I've had in the backlog for a couple years now, since whenever season 2 of Mandalorian came out. Big fan of the Timothy Oliphant and all of his characters. So Cobb Vanth, fantastic Star Wars character that they added with that season of Mandalorian, and I'm finally getting around to cleaning up this 3D print, and finally got a chance in preparation with the live stream to prime it. Had to add some greeblies and details to it. It's not.
Pull it towards the edge. Closer to you. That's where the focal plane is. You probably can tell. So that's
right
fine.
about there.
Yeah.
It's not my 3D print, but it has been sanded and cleaned up. And this was made before all of the fantastic photographs at the last Star Wars Celebration, where they actually brought the in-use costume and the blaster prop and everything that they had on set that Timothy Oliphant actually wore. So some small details. What the foam, fantastic for smaller 2mm details. Just small, whatever the heck these are on the actual prop that weren't within the initial print. It's a really nice quality print. Initially, not wholly screen accurate, but close enough for me. good enough. Super nice, but small shaping and details on the top of the gun, and so been prepping it, getting it ready to paint. It still needs some scratching and weathering, and probably a nice good coat of wet sanding. But as far as the overall prop goes, I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't do a lot of 3D printing. Most of my stuff is foam build. So having the opportunity to work with 3D prints recently has been really exciting. A big shout out to Jay Period. He's been a huge help in picking primers and paints that stick really well to these types of plastics. So awesome to have that as a reference. So when I get the chance, probably going to be just a nasty weekend of getting dirty and sandy and just blasting this thing with some wet sand and get this a nice smooth finish. We'll prime it probably one more time after that, just to get a lot of the layer lines out of it. It's not too big a deal. Our big thing with costumes is the 5-foot rule. If it's good in a photograph from 5 feet, it's good enough.
Yeah, we're not making anything for the screen.
Nothing has to be super, like, I'm not coming up to a costume and being like, oh, how come, you got layer lines right here. It's like, when you're walking through a convention floor, you're going to be like, oh, damn, that's a cool costume. Let me take a picture with you. You're going to take a picture right here. You're like, oh, that's cool, and you're going to go on your merry way. You're not going to be like, oh, yeah, how come your shoes are blue instead of light purple?
Oh, now I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. New goal.
So, new goal to be a cosplay asshole.
As an artist and being, as Odin said before, your own worst critic. A big help in getting started in a new project, a new costume, has been our 5-foot rule. It's good enough if it looks really good from 5 feet. So once it's touched up and painted, I'm happy with it.
So Bernie Davis says, all makers welcome here. It looks good. Also says, love the Dinobot shirt.
Gotta rep Transformers.
Nice.
Can't wait for Rise of the Beasts.
Dan does junk. Dude, why am I getting Jacksepticeye vibes?
I get that a lot. Unfortunately, I get that a lot.
Yeah, he got all the good looks in the family.
It's true.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
I won't do an Irish accent though. That would be awful and horrible, and I can't put that online.
Okay.
But you know what? I bet we could get Jerry Can Cosplay to dub over you.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, if you need voiceover work.
I do appreciate that you followed the black shirt with yellow print that was today's theme.
Hey, it worked out. So
Yeah, we got the memo.
No, I'm not trying to chase you off, but thank you. I appreciate you showing it off and not being afraid to come out on camera. So, because trust me, it's not easy. It's yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, it's not
Piece
bad.
of cake.
Pretty much.
Super easy.
What's really
Well, it's a
funny.
weird
I'm an
dynamic,
attention
too,
whore.
because-
I'm sorry, did I say
Oh,
that?
that helps.
No, it's an interesting dynamic because you don't have an actual physical person there to talk to, so it's
Right.
weird. It's where's your line of eye contact? Where's your line of sight? Am I looking here? Am I looking there?
Right.
Different body language. It's a different animal.
It is. And the best comparison I can make, and I know you can agree with this, it's sort of like talking on the wall phone. Cell phone, you can walk around and you can actually kind of look at stuff. When you've just got the receiver and it's a wire to the wall, you're stuck in one spot and you're talking to space. And
I had to actually convince my mom to buy a 20-foot phone cord for our phone so I could bring the phone from the kitchen to the living room and sit on the couch and talk to my friends when I was a kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but for me, when you had that coiled cord and it was pulled out taut, right?
Yep.
And it would do this constantly.
Yep.
Because it was a repeating pattern, my eyes couldn't focus on it right, and I couldn't see where it was in space.
Optical illusions are fun.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Didn't even need drugs. Dan Does Junk says, that's funny that your logo is yellow and black. Why didn't DeWalt sponsor you? Dude, I mean, come on. Yellow and black, Ryobi. Hello. Phones were wired to the wall? You're kidding.
To be fair,
Can I flip off the camera?
To be fair, hey, Jared, why don't you come up and explain this? Because I want to too, but I think you've got more authority on this about the whole yellow and black Ryobi thing here.
Okay, so for good point of reference, For your information, this is not yellow and black. He's colorblind. So your brand deal colors here are off a little bit, my guy.
What color is it?
This is lime green. This is like bright lime green. So
I take it back, Dan. I'm sorry.
It's
I apologize. I am actually completely colorblind.
It's not quite Kermit green. It's kind of a weird, like, sort of safety greenish sort of.
It's yellow enough for my needs.
So do we have anything? Here we
Do you
go.
have anything properly yellow
This
to
is
put next to it?
green.
Yeah.
This is yellow right here.
Yeah, that is yellow.
So two very different colors. The
Same exact color.
it's a
Is
it's a contrast
Yes.
thing. So similar shades, similar hues. Contrasting makes these two colors from pretty much the same color.
Yeah, it's a high-vis neonish green.
Yeah.
If you say
Yeah.
so. Now, my kids are the ones that would tell me, Dad, are you going to go out in that orange shirt? And I'd be like, it's blue. They're like, no, Dad, it's orange. It was actually blue. They were just fucking with me. And so sometimes I have to go, really? And wait for their reaction to see the punchline, if it's real or not. And every once in a while, like when I was wearing suits and I'd have to wear ties to work, I would have to ask
That's
them.
him so he doesn't go out looking like a clown.
Yeah, so they saved me from looking like a clown at work.
Unless it was funny.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so worried about that. It's like orange and blue. You should be able to see the difference between that. Those are
Have we got something yellow? You're all wearing yellow logos. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but to me, same color. So, anyway.
Let me point out something deeply personal to the internet for you.
Somebody said the scissors are
The scissors,
Aaron says the scissors are green.
Yes.
The Ryobi tool is yellow.
So those scissors are green. The Ryobi tool is a weird yellowish green. It is an in between. I'm not
So
gonna lie.
I'll tell you
but-
how bad it is. The guys
But-
are saying these are different colors. These are all the exact same color to me.
Okay. Okay.
But for point of reference, the Scrubby is yellow, Ryobi is bright, like a lime fluorescent green, and that Scissors is just like a bright green.
So I do have a pair of Enchroma glasses that I did not bring with me.
Those are cool.
And they actually allow me to see color, which is mind-blowing. But because it is something my brain is not equipped to handle for very long, I can only wear them for 5 or 10 minutes before I get a massive headache because it's visual, like, overload.
That makes sense.
But so tattoo-wise, I let my tattoo artist pick the colors, even though I designed the tattoo. And this is Thorns. My oldest son's middle name is Thorn. Falcon. Jared's middle name is Falcon, and my daughter's middle name is Rose. And her favorite color is lavender. But I did not know what lavender looked like until I got the glasses, and I could look at my own tattoo and see her favorite color. So that was huge for me.
Yeah.
But I go through my day every day with regular reading glasses for reading. Otherwise, I don't need them.
It's very strange. You see online videos of people getting things like this, and tearing up and like, wow, this is amazing credit. You're like, okay, that's kind of hammy. That's acted up a bit, but no, it's same reaction. I mean, you're visually seeing things that you didn't comprehend before. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. So I went into. I decided to get the Enchroma. Well, at least to go try them out at the optometrist, and so they bring out a tester because they have to find out what So I have the deuterochromia or whatever it's called, the green red, but it's really bad. And so I put the glass, and it only works on like 40% of people. I put the glasses on, and they had handed me a little rubber ball that had 4 quadrants. I could see 4 different shades that there were color. Mm-hmm. It was actually cut into 100 different colors.
Oh, Jesus.
And I couldn't tell until I put the glasses on. And I was just like marveling at this. And then there was a color palette on the table, and Jared came over and pointed out the lavender. He said, "That's Delilah's favorite color." Whew, I'm getting a little. I lost it. I was just in tears, man. It was just amazing. And then I saw orange. I'm like, dude, that's the coolest color in the world. Greens, different shades of greens. What?
Yeah, when
You guys
seeing
get
grays
to
and browns your
see
whole
like
life,
this? Yeah, I see. Old-time sepia tone photos is what I see.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you ever go to like the boardwalk or the county fair, and they take the photo of you wearing the gunslinger outfits or whatever, and it's all that sepia tone? That is my life.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
I've always kind of wondered. I've got a couple other friends that are also colorblind, and one's a graphic artist, the other guy works in video, and the video guy
the
is
artist that's colorblind.
Yeah. I'm an
Irony
artist
of it
that's
all.
colorblind. Well, I match all my colors. I used to match all my colors through my kids until I got the Enchroma. And the first time when I was building my Titan armor,
Oh my god,
and
we
I
got
needed
packs
to.
of pencils and packs of pens.
I got
for
coloring
Christmas.
books and
Oh man.
crayons. It was awesome.
Like a little kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, but I was touching up the red because I had a red spray paint for the most of the Titan, but I needed to do some touch up on some scratches and things, and I actually was able to match an little enamel red to the spray paint red.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, whoa, that is the coolest thing ever to be able to match a color. And
Right.
and I got corroboration that the kids are like, no,
Yeah.
Dad, you did it right. This is great, no joke. But still, it is a struggle to do something in color. Like when I color my own art, it's when I've scanned it into Photoshop, and I have an entire HTML page that tells me red is this HTML color, and so I can go
Yeah,
program
going off
that.
of like RGB,
Oh, right.
CMYK color numbers.
So,
basically.
and even then, I'll color something and show it off, and somebody's like, "Why is that purple?" I'm like, "Oh, it's supposed to be blue, right? Because I got the color numbers wrong or something."
right.
And then
That
but I
makes
can
sense.
color correct because I've got
Yes.
the numbers.
You got the numbers. And it's
But in real
yeah.
life, without that, in analog, I couldn't tell you what color this is.
Okay. Seriously, or
Seriously, I don't know what color this is. This looks gray to me.
okay, it's blue. It's like a deep sky blue, or,
Yeah.
or a little richer than a sky blue.
Yeah. So any of you out there that have any kind of color vision issue, don't let it stop you from building something, right? That can't stop you from creating. Don't let it be a deterrent to finding something that you have a passion about.
or art in general. Like,
Or art in general,
Yeah.
yeah. Drawing, painting,
Yeah.
you name it. There's options, there's ways around it. And if you have friends that can help you, then even better, they can point out the paints to use. Bernie Davis, one of my favorite colors is cyan. It's a very cool light blue. I'm very familiar with the term cyan because that is the name of the color for toner, and I'm an IT guy, so I'm replacing toner all the time.
CMYK.
But I still couldn't tell you what it looks like. Liam Reese says, my right eye sees a different hue than my left. That's not uncommon.
Oh, interesting.
That is not uncommon. Color blindness is actually, and that kind of color blindness is more common in women than in men.
Oh, with
The
different
different
Okay.
eyes thing, yeah.
Yeah, my friend. I was talking about my one friend who's a video guy that's colorblind. He's actually really good at color correction because he just color corrects. He's got a video monitor he knows is accurate color, so
Right.
then he just corrects it until it looks right to him.
Okay.
And he's really
8486. Iholt?
I can't read it.
Been
from
a
here.
long time since I've watched. Have you stopped doing 15, 30-minute build videos and now only do live videos?
Not exactly. This year's worked out to be that way. In the very beginning of this live stream, for those of you who are joining in now, when this either back the scrub bar up if you want, or when the video goes posted to where you can watch it back, about 25 minutes in, I explain why I haven't had videos coming out for the past year. I want the 15 to 20-minute build videos to come back. I've got a number of ideas of things that I want to build. I've got 2 or 3 shot that need to be edited and put together. One of them I've been sitting on for a year. It's just life things happened, and I wasn't able to keep up with the channel. That was one of the things that had to not be focused on so I could keep going with other life things. But I want to get back to doing the channel. I enjoy making the videos. I really do. I enjoy the interaction with you guys. I enjoy the positive comments that I get in the videos. And I enjoy the weird negative comments I sometimes get on the videos. They're going to come back. It's just, I don't think they're ever going to come back to being weekly. They're probably going to go back to maybe 1 a month or 2 a month is what my goal is to be. And I've been saying that for a while. That's how hard it's been for me to get going again. But I want to. So
But
they're
the live
coming
streams
back.
present you a good opportunity to continue in portion.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jared's reminding me the
TBD.
live streams give me the opportunity to continue in portion, continue with being
engaged.
Yeah, a presence.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
does.
I mean, Odin does have a full-time job now that's not Odin Makes,
Yeah.
and that has to come. Livelihood has to come first.
Right.
But that's where people like you guys, people like me and Jared come in and cheer Odin on to get
Right.
to the point where he can make another video, and we're all cheerleaders, right?
Yeah. Yes. So thank you.
And because I'm
reminding me that people actually want to see more is nice, because you get caught up with certain things that with like life that you start to question. Is what I'm doing really worthwhile?
And a resounding yes from all of you guys,
Right.
from me.
So thank you.
Resounding yes. But I know from Jared, from myself, from a couple other people that are local-ish, it's
Right.
still a 4-hour drive for me to get here. We are all still happy to come
Thank you.
as many weekends in a row as possible just to help whatever you need. I came to help on another project that Odin's working on that we can't really talk about. But the idea of having support local, because right now Odin's basically doing it all on his own. So have faith, have patience. It'll come.
Yeah.
And Odin's still committed to you guys and
Yep.
committed to the channel. So it'll get there.
The happy thing is, for the past couple of months, I'm getting back into the mindset of seeing something on a movie trailer, seeing something in a comic book, or even in a card game. Ooh, I want to make that.
You're getting excited again.
I'm getting excited about making stuff again. Yeah, and I literally lost that almost this time last year. Not quite. More like in fall. I just got to where, couldn't see anything anymore. So I'm really happy that's coming back.
Oh, Dan, 26-minute drive for me. Damn, can I rub it in? Sorry. Rub it in, Dan.
Rub it in, Dan.
You're always welcome, dude. You're awesome.
Apparently, Dan has got a job site he's working on that's 7 minutes from here during the week.
Dude, why are you not here?
Well, it's not work day.
Oh. All right.
And he is here. He's here as the moderator, because Dan, thank you so much, Dan, for being willing to be moderator on the live
dude,
streams.
you rock.
Yeah, and I forgot to tell. Well, I guess maybe I did say something, but I didn't warn anyone.
I'm sure all of you guys already know Dan, but if you don't, go check out his channels. His builds, his Gundam build, dude.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So Dan does
stuff.
junk, just like
Just
the name.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Super nice guy too.
Oh yeah, he is.
Dude, don't you owe me money? I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yes.
Yeah, easy.
Right. At least a tank of gas.
Because he lives so close. Strictly Games, have you tried shorts? There's good for bringing new people in, not good for money, though.
I've done very little with the shorts. So I got.
I'm thinking shorts, like booty shorts. Oh, right. Check it out. Odin Makes in booty shorts.
No, YouTube shorts, because Strict has been doing a lot of YouTube
Dan,
shorts. Right. To build something only as a short really isn't saving any time on the build portion of it, right?
It still takes you the same amount of time to build
I
it.
guess I got to build it, and now I'm making a 15-second video of it. It's longer now. The ones that when I was asked to make stuff for TikTok, I spent 3 days building something to make a 15-second video out of it. It's like,
Oh, dude.
What?
Maddie B. Coolis, my making skills don't extend past Lego projects, and that's all thanks to Odin, who encourages his followers to go out there and try things. Thanks, Odin.
Oh wow,
Dude,
thank you.
Like, I'll harp on it until the cows come home. You make things easier for people, and you change people's lives by what you do.
Thank you.
You're not Gandhi. I'm not telling you you're Gandhi. but dude, you're awesome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
I'm just doing my thing, right? And so it's weird for me.
Oh, Dan says, hey, I paid you with Babinga last time. You did?
Yep.
And it was friggin' awesome.
Oh, that stuff was
But you've also set a
amazing.
dangerous precedent, because now we expect it every SAC anime. Put you in the hot seat.
Dan, you are welcome. So going to be at Stockton Con. I'll be in the hallway where the Star Wars guys were last year, so I won't quite be up on the fun deck. It'll be the hallway adjacent to it. And then there's Lodi Con and the SAC Anime, and you are welcome to set up your Death Scythe, and have it on display. either in my booth or right next to it, whatever you're comfortable with. It's totally fine with me.
That was cool. Where I just saw somebody said that I should play Among Us with you guys.
You're at work. We play Among Us at 11 a.m. on Fridays.
Yeah, but isn't it also like a color-based game?
Not.
I can't play Uno.
No. Yes. No.
Kind of.
Kind of. So the little astronauts.
Yeah, well, no, I know what they are.
Yeah. They all look the same, but then they have hats and things they add on, so
you can kind of tell them.
You can tell them apart. Plus, there's a little name that floats over their head.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
If I wasn't at work at that time of day on Fridays, then I would love to. But
That's
He
orange.
sucks.
Gotta
He's
make
no
scratch.
fun.
I know I'm boring.
That one was orange, by the way.
Was orange?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
It's kind of a lighter orange. It's not.
If I had my
It's the
glasses
same
on, I'd
color as
probably
the
like
other
it.
one.
Yeah. The other one's
It's a
dark
lighter
gray.
shade as the other one. Fieldwalker Mask says hello from Scotland.
Sweet. Hello. Field Walker Mask.
Mask. Fieldwalker Masks.
Oh, Field Walker Masks. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, Field
Yeah.
Walker Masks. I heard Mastiff at first. It's like what?
Fieldwalker Mastiffs?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's a
dude.
big dog.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
cool.
a big dog.
Man, if I had a Mastiff, I would armor that thing up and cosplay.
Making it into an AT-AT.
Yeah. Oh. That'd be cool. We should make Bean a little AT-AT.
We could actually. Bean's actually really good wearing costumes, so it's possible to make things for him.
Or the little.
Is being wrapped up?
Yeah, Bean probably burrowed.
Oh shoot! Okay.
We got a Chihuahua in the shop named Bean, and he's
we
burrowed
need
himself
another-
into
is he?
a moving blanket.
Is he happy there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he can hear us, which makes him happy. So he knows we're here, and then he's warm in the blanket.
Because we have the fan going down here. So
What
Right.
about Minecraft?
Bean.
I like Minecraft.
Yeah.
When do you guys? I don't know.
Well, they just have the server.
They just have the server.
We just have the server this area. Yeah. Do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy to get you the login for it if you haven't got.
No,
got there
I'll
yet.
try it. I just my time right now is
I get it.
so incredibly limited.
Right,
with
I
everything
get
I'm
it.
doing.
I haven't touched
Diablo
Minecraft in a
likes.
couple months
What's that?
either.
On the account of all the Diablo.
On the count of all the Diablo
Oh.
4 I play. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Was that Side Fox asking about Minecraft or something
Yeah.
else? Yeah. Okay.
AT-AT Great Dane, Liam Ree. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Trying
No,
to-
what's the little black floor droid from
Mouse droid.
the what?
Oh, Mouse
Mouse-
Droid.
The mouse droid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bean could be a mouse droid.
Bean could totally be a Mouse Droid.
Yeah.
Bean could be a Cybermat from Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, there's all kinds of
K9
options.
from Doctor.
K9 from
There
Doctor
you
Who.
are, yes.
Very tiny one.
Very tiny canine.
Strictly Games Diablo 4. Oh yeah, Diablo 4, dude.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. A lot of fun.
Strict is great. He's also got his own YouTube channel, and
Oh, dude, I'll sign up. Oh,
yeah,
when we're done.
he's
I'll go
done
find
builds. He's been doing a lot of games recently, and one of the games he plays on his channel is there's the first-person virtual reality version of Among Us.
him. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I've been doing Necromancer or Berserker right now.
oh cool.
So, God, I haven't played Minecraft in ages.
Okay.
Since they changed the interface and made it way more complicated than it needs to be.
Yes, fair enough.
Almost dinner time for Daniel Knight. What's for dinner, Daniel?
What's for lunch, Daniel?
Oh yeah.
Because it's lunchtime. Like,
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Buckhorn Grill again?
Sure.
Doesn't have to be. We can go anywhere.
I'm
but-
down for barbecue.
All right.
Yeah, Barbarian. Right on.
Yes.
Of course, my go-to is Destiny 2 Titan Master Race.
Barbarian's been eating all of the food lately.
Yeah. I still want to do a cosplay of a group of
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet characters.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It
You
would
get
be
the
awesome.
wizard and the rogue and the Valkyrie and the barbarian.
What would
Yeah.
be really great is you have the wizard and a rogue, and then a Valkyrie and a Valkyrie.
Yeah. Because nobody want to play barbarian. He's too slow.
Right, or just the
Well,
exact same character,
because
different color.
Valkyrie could shoot through corners.
Oh, that's true.
Same as Rogue.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Valkyrie could also go to... Anyway,
Yeah.
I lived my life on that game for a very long time when I was young.
So
That and Joust.
did you see the new Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Twice.
Twice. And so, of course, you saw who was in the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
That was awesome. seeing those characters.
Yes.
Well, because they did a car commercial with those characters in it.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
But they were different.
But it was different actors and
Yeah.
stuff, right? But putting them into the actual Dungeons and Dragons game, I thought was very meta and very
very
well
cool,
done.
and not over the top and not in your face.
No, it's just kind of off to
Yeah.
the side. And if you didn't know, you didn't know. You're just
Right.
like, oh,
Yeah, okay.
it's just another group of people. That was fun.
It's very cool. The cartoon characters made a cameo in the most recent D&D movie.
Odin, they just wrapped on filming on the new Ghostbusters Firehouse movie. It should come out this December.
Sweet!
Ooh, that's cool.
I bet the Proton Pack's done in time for the threequel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just been really hard to get down and build. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have pom-poms, so I can't, cheerleader you.
Right. No, you're doing a great
And
job.
I'm not going to wear a skirt for you.
Well, good.
Yeah.
But you'll wear a kilt.
Because I have hairy legs. But I wear a kilt. Yeah, that's true. That's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Man skirt.
Yeah. Couple strands in my hands instead of pom-poms. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caber.
A caber. Is that a caber in your pocket? Let's see. Steve D wants more people to play Among Us on Friday. Need more players, so shout out to all of you guys who want to jump on the game on Fridays.
So we do play Among Us on Fridays. I know we used to live stream it when Joe was here and able to do the host for the live streaming. So we haven't done that for a little while, but we still play on Fridays. It's 11 a.m. California time, so you'll need to adjust wherever you are on this rock. But it's open for all Patreon members. So if you want to get in on the Odin Makes Among Us games, just go to patreon.com/Odin Makes and join the Discord level, and you'll have access to Among Us Fridays, as well as be able to talk to everyone who's here. He's a Discord member. He's hardly ever there, but he's a Discord member.
Yeah.
So is Felicia and Dan and Strict and everyone else. So, it's actually super thank you and super shout out to my patrons and to my Discord people, because you've been a huge emotional support for me. So, and just a big support in general. So thank you guys all very much for being part of that community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and as we saw earlier when they were telling singing Odin's praises. What are you going to do?
Yep.
I got to get a good Viking song going. We need some sort of good, praise Odin. Whoa!
Oh, we just had a...
What did we just lose this?
I wouldn't think so. As long as we didn't lose the internet entirely, we just had all the... just hit refresh. We could even shut down and reboot the computer because the stream is coming out through the...
There we go.
We're fine.
Okay.
We just had Chrome dump on us. But the stream should be fine because it's coming out of the hardware. So it's not going through the computer.
Cool.
Now we're going to just wait and make sure that somebody gives us any kind of piece of feedback.
All right, somebody say something in chat.
So, if they don't, then
Then we're done.
we're done.
Yeah, nothing happened. Okay.
Okay.
We're good. All right.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Ooh, barky spiders.
Yep.
Is Jerry Croatian? I only asked because he got my last name right. Oh, cheaters. No, I'm not Croatian. And I promised to mess up people's names like Felicia does.
Right.
I didn't. So, I guess you're welcome for saying it right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, do you get like koalas? I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to be Koulas.
Pop out chat. There we are.
There you go.
Trying to get this put back together again, sort of.
All good.
Whatever. Anyway. You're good. Good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Just my version of Chrome went weird, and we had all snap on all the windows. Well, it's pretty much 2 o'clock. Managed to burn through a couple of hours of live stream.
Yeah, that's fun.
It is a lot of fun. I really do. I appreciate all of you who tune in and listen to the stories, and some of you are listening to the same stories again and again. It does me a lot of good to be able to get a chance to do this, to be able to talk to you guys. And as I understand it, you guys like being talked to as well. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. again, if you want to be able to talk to us at any time easily, Discord is easily the best place to get a hold of Felicia, myself. Dan does junk. Jerry can cosplay. A lot of us, we're all on there. So that's going to be patreon.com/Odin Makes, and Discord level, which is almost the lowest level. We'll get you in and be able to talk to all of us.
Daniel says he's got to go.
Yeah. So I'll let you go, Daniel Knight. I'm trying to sign off. I'm not good at doing that, but I know there's lots of different ways you could have a really awkward sign off at the end of your live stream. But this is how Odin makes.
Awesome.
There you go.
All right, guys.
You click the end stream button, then it asks, "Are you sure?" And then you can click yes.
Nice. That's cool.